These are Hello, good evening. Apologies if you could not hear the countdown music on YouTube. Being a little safe on that front, but we'll fix it. Tonight, this just in, Wisconsin happens to be undergoing a massive shortage of adult diapers. This is absolutely insane. And you know what? This timeline, it actually happens to coincide with the exact timeline of the quartering of just flagging anybody he feels like because he gets his feelings hurt. You know, my theory is that he just can't stop pooing his pants every time somebody makes fun of him. This is an adult man we're talking about. What are we doing here? Right? And so the reason why I'm talking about this tonight is after I announced that I was going to be live streaming this afternoon, all of a sudden, shortly after that, we get this tweet. Let's put this up here. Wait, wasn't this? Here we go. Sorry about that. We're gonna have to find another producer, folks. How's everybody doing tonight? Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much. I really, you know what? I really thought against. I don't know what. We tested out this camera for hours. I don't know why it's. let me refresh this real quick, guys. I don't know why it decides to act up right now. Oh, you know what? I think I know exactly why. Because I had to restart. All right, there we go. Enough with the tomfoolery, enough with the nonsense. All right, so. Yeah, sorry. Anyways, enough with the nonsense quartering tech issues. So. I really did think about canceling. Once I saw this Deorio tweet, I really thought about canceling and just doing a kick stream because I'm a nobody. I'm a small fry. I could literally just be waxed off the face of this earth with just the flick of the wrist of like not even somebody's big as courting, somebody half of his size even, right? So, but I'm just like, what the hell am I talking about? This is crazy. Really, I'm worried about getting kicked off the internet from some guy that's talking about pooing his pants up and down a Walmart. What are we talking about? This is insane. So, obviously, we decided to go against that. Quartering, if you want to flag us down, I mean, whatever. He probably, I don't even know if he knows I exist. You know what? I do have actually one dislike on my videos, so I'm assuming that's him. Not that anybody else could seriously dislike my videos. Come on now. So, basically, Deorio puts out this tweet shortly after, and I saw this shortly after I announced I was going to be going live this evening, that he had a stream flagged down for harassment. Guess what the video's about? Everybody guess what the video is about. The quartering sweepers are pathetic. Upper echelon, Chrissy Mayer and Ethan Van Sciver. Matt. Baxter. Come on. All right. Damn it. All right, sorry. My dog Baxter is getting a little anxious. All right. He wanted to join in on the newscast, so that's all right. So, Deorio, a really big, both live streaming and I don't think he uploads as many YouTube videos as much anymore, right? But he's a very big platform, right? So if he's able to get his stream taken down, I mean, they wouldn't even think twice of nixing me out of here, right? So he announces this, right? And then I think I headed into Andy brings up a good point. Andy Worski. Last night, they had noticed that quartering. Look at that. Let's go over the quartering's Twitter real quick. Quartering is back on Twitter, everybody. Isn't that incredible? It took him less than a day because he activated this yesterday, right? He reactivated this yesterday. And when you know it, he literally on the stream of that same day, he said, you know what, I'm going to have to, reactivate it sooner or later because I just, I don't want anybody to take the quartering name, Which I definitely understand that, but can't you just turn it back on, turn it back off? I like I say, I'm not completely, I don't completely know, so I could be wrong about that. But also, he hadn't been gone for that long. There's no way if you deactivate it, is it too, does anybody know, how long do you have to have it deactivated for? So, all right. And of course, yeah, you can see that I am clearly blocked. You know what's crazy? He blocked me before I made any of those videos. I like made some random post about him, and it was when he was in a very sober tirade, a completely sober tirade on Twitter. That's when this happened. So, and many people have talked about this, right? Like, it doesn't even have to be him at this point. It could be any of his followers, any of his fans. You can't sit there and act like I'm all powerful and I have, doing so well. I'm such a successful creator and I have so many followers. And then in the same instance, like, you think I have the power to do that? If you want to be the 2 million follower YouTube channel, act like it. You don't think here's the thing. I actually do think a lot of your followers are dead followers. They're literally just what's left over from the nursing home. That's the reason why there's 2 million followers. Over half of them died, and so their YouTube accounts are just going to be there until the end of time. Right? But say you actually did have 2 million active followers, and you're going on this huge tirade online saying, like, they're harassing me, they're talking about my wife, they're basically just talking about all these things I keep on divulging to the internet for some godforsaken reason. Well, wouldn't you think your followers would absolutely take your word on that and start reporting people? And that's the thing. And Baxter, no. All right. He's a good dog. And so that's the thing. It's like, has he even once came out and said, hey, if, I know he'd made that half apology, didn't even name Worski and PPP, and then deleted it, right? But has he even once came out and said, hey, if you're a fan of mine and you're reporting channels, that does not help me, that does not help you, don't do that. Has he done that? I could be wrong, but I don't remember him doing that. So it would probably be a good idea to come out and say that. Baxter as a co-host, we'll think about it. And exactly. And so it's like, it just blows my mind, the moves that this guy is making. So he reactivates his Twitter. All of a sudden, Deorio gets a stream taken down. And you know what I wanted to do? I wanted to actually go through. There's a few things we have on the agenda tonight. I didn't even plan on starting with this until all of a sudden I saw that, there was a, Deorio got a stream taken down. This is from his latest live stream. One of the best live streams on the planet. Wouldn't you know it? Thank you to shout out to Misty Mochi, whose tweet I saw about this. Her and also Hotep. He came. If you'll notice, if you'll look at the last, 15 minutes of this live stream, it's just the void. Baxter, get down, Baxter. Down. Your name is Baxter right now, all right? Get down. Get down. All right, thank you, buddy. Thank you, buddy. So we have 15 minutes here, enough tomfoolery. All right, we have 15 minutes here. We're just nothing. I don't know if we found out what happened to this. I had other plans I had to take care of, right? I had this stream I had to prepare for. Because I actually prepare for this stream. And me as a literally nobody, I actually prepare for this stream. I guarantee I put in 10 times the amount of time that Quartering puts into reading his news articles. Right? So let's go over just the beginning of this. Right? So see if I miss anything about him. No. Okay, all right. So yeah, so actually, sorry, just to reiterate on this. So Andy did bring this up that all of a sudden, whenever he reactivates his Twitter account, that happens to be the time that another flag goes down, and on a pretty big channel, on Nicholas Deorio. That's not a small channel at all. He doesn't upload as many videos, but he does mainly live streams. I do very, very well. Right. So all right, can't give you any teasers, but all right. So let's go over. I hadn't even planned on this, but you know what? I saw a little bit of this. What do you think they started off their stream with this morning?
Speaking of, I know you're a big health nut, so I thought.
Let me know the volume's good for you guys.
We've got obviously some hard news to talk
Let's look at this
today,
great,
but, we like to have a little bit
thrilling,
of fun.
riveting content.
Let me see what's going on here.
Can I get a number 1 just meat, cheese, and bun? Okay. Can I get that with a large cherry Coke?
First, guy or girl?
We immediately have fat on fat crime. I have never seen a large person make as much fun of other large people as the quartering. This is insane. PvP does it a lot, but obviously he knows that he's just doing it in jest because he knows he's like, hey, Spider-Man. You know? But how many? It's every stream, every single stream.
I think it's a guy,
Bump it up
but
before
that
you.
is
Like a Latino guy, maybe.
Yeah, that's the non-binary costume though, is to just get as big as possible, and you can't tell. Like, yeah.
All right, I have seen this guy's content, by the way. What's his name? James Bola. All he does is order like an insane amount of an absorbent amount of food that he I don't know if he actually eats it all, but
Yeah, I think.
Man,
it's crazy.
That's some crazy work, ordering at the drive-thru while eating a donut.
Yeah, that is.
Wow.
Maybe it's his cheat day.
And regular fries?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then can I get a number 2 just meat, cheese, and bun?
I like how he's like, meat's just no
All right.
veggies.
Okay.
A man after my.
But all right, so I just saw this and thought it was just absolutely crazy, the fact that he's making fun
Good
of.
hack.
He does this every single stream.
He's not.
All right. Anyways, so we've talked a lot about quartering, and we're gonna get back to him. Don't worry. But what I also wanted to look at are our quartering side characters. Let me go into this real quick, and let me see here. Everybody knows this. His illustrious soldier, Brad Cool. Brad Cool Unlimited. Free my boy Brad Cool. So, just give me 1 second, because this is something that I added at the last second here. So, this is actually something else from Misty Mochi as well, too. So, let's pull this up. So, it was absolute anarchy in his stream today. So, not only did he the last 15 minutes contain absolutely nothing but the void. Let's be honest. Actually, to be clear, the last 15 minutes of that stream was probably the best part of that stream. Anyone would rather listen to absolute silence than him struggling to breathe for more than 2 sentences at a time. Now, unfortunately, I guess the janitors just did not, care to show up to this afternoon stream. They just couldn't be. They can only. I get it. The fact that they last a single stream, actually, troubles me. But, anyways, Brad Cool Unlimited. Basically, the trolls are just going haywire, and Brad Cool Unlimited, Jeremy, Melanie, big troll problem in the chat right now, and it would dawn on me. I was like, man, this guy's not even a mod. It's like, man, he's been just gargling for, he's been gargling for how long? He's one of quartering's toughest soldiers out there. It's, he's one of the last actual real fans at quartering, like not bots. Like we can actually, I'm pretty sure we can prove this guy's a real person. And it's like, man, make this guy a mod. Come on, Jer. But anyway, I wanted to look a little bit deeper, because once I actually looked at this Brad Cool guy, he's not only a big fan, I thought maybe it's a joke, maybe he's trolling, is it real? And I looked at some of his replies, and he's in and outside of both Melanie's and sticking up for Jer everywhere he can, right? Let me see here. So convinced Brad is one of us. And now here's the thing. If he is, and I'm, I sometimes go back and forth on it, because Brad Cool, if you are actually a troll, then touche, my friend, touche. Then I can't, because it really is interesting. It's hard to, So, hey, Brad, if you're out there and you actually are a troll and you're just playing the longest con I've ever seen, touche, my friend. And I'll eat these words. Absolutely Academy Award worthy. So he's not only doing this, he's also commenting. Baxter messed up, I think. He's also commenting on Melanie Mack's posts. Hello, Melanie. Hoping you're having a great Tuesday. Looking forward to seeing you on the show. Just wondering if you saw my post about the hammer. Now, if you're wondering what the posts about the hammer are, Baxter, please, buddy. Please, bud. Alrighty. He's a very rambunctious dog. So, hey, Melanie. So this is on one of her random, her godforsaken Bible readings. These Bible readings, aren't they? They're just some of the most blasphemous things I've read. It's like, can you not wear a sweater or like I don't know. I'm not a religious person, but it's just so blasphemous. You know what I mean? That's the thing. It's like, anyways. It's like just one day, like really? You can't I get, wearing, if it's hot out and you want to wear a tank top or whatever, but it's like, really? You can't just one day dress modestly? All right, anyways. Says Melanie from Brad Cool Unlimited. Melanie, I'm on my way to replace my dead blow hammer that I bought from Harbor Freight Tools. I got it back in 2014 and it comes with a lifetime warranty. They'll give me a new one for free. Pretty cool, huh? Getting the new hammer right now. The employee Dustin is extremely helpful. Now, this is one of these things where I'm just like, man, is this guy a troll? Like, there's no way. There's no way this is a real person. But then you have today was a very successful day. I had messages pinned throughout both streams today. No doubt Melanie Mack saw one. It says, please like the stream and drop a positive comment after the show has concluded if you can. Now, okay, now this is what, you scroll down and you're like, is he real? Is he actually a troll? Is he not, And so this is one from 16 hours ago. I spent the past hour thinking about what a big deal Jeremy actually is. Very few will ever reach his accomplishments. Waves of haters come for this man, and he's been holding them all back. I'm proud of the hours I spend every day in chat helping this legend keep winning. And it's a post about him having a shout out from Alex Jones. So, you go through it and he's just a bunch of all of his ideals that he argues for all, line up with the quartering pretty much. So anyway, so I also have, that's just a little funny, little something or other, right? So here's the thing. We're about to everybody put your tinfoil hats on, because now I wasn't lying when I had put in my previous tweet this afternoon where we possibly unveiled another quartering alt, right? Now this is highly speculative, but there are some interesting connections here. Okay. Make sure here so I don't show any of you animals my anything else I got going on in here. I don't want to leak my taxes folder. Hold on. All right. So there's this guy. Some of you may actually know him. Some of you may have seen this guy already in his replies and everything like that. His name is Say. And actually, before I do that, let me bring up. There we go. Okay. His name is Say. And I saved a bunch of photos because just in case he deleted it. Now, this guy, it started back he opened this account in September 2025, but I didn't see any posts. Latest, or what was it? He didn't actually start posting until it was super, super late And so these are the only two like actual posts he has on there. I think he deletes them every now and then. But his replies are insane. It's all against Venti, or it's, something about Nick Rekieta or pro quartering, talking shit about Casino, about the ice dancer chick. That I really don't know much about. And I found him because he was in my replies, right? I found him because he was in my replies, and this said something random, and I was just like, oh, that's strange. I can't remember what it was exactly that sent me down this warpath. And even somebody says, "Hey, found Jer's alt here." But let me look at let me take you down a couple of the things here. So, hold on one second. All right, so here he is, just one of the many, many tweets. He was replying to Nina Infinity, saying their whole channel would be qualified as harassment. YouTube isn't going to reinstate them. They're cracking down on hateful and harassing content. Zero chance YouTube brings them back. Literally zero. I mean, that just sounds like him. Now, that's not why I say it either, right? I mean, there are a lot of similarities, right? But, this is what he said. According to his detractors, he's had over a dozen large channels taken down. It's not even close. Right, so he's saying all of this nonsense, even his most recent, right? Even most recent. Here, let's go back up here. His most recent, or one of his most recent. Dang, he's been busy. What did he say to this? Yet another scalp for Jer. Look at this, responding to Nicholas Deorio. Yet another scalp for Jer. Talking about Scarecrow. Here we go. And then Venti. You girls should get along. Both of your personalities are pretty much just baby talking to simps. Right? Says a bunch of nasty stuff about women and all that stuff, right? But what also was really strange is he had this tweet, and because he does make some randomly political tweets, and he had this tweet about Thomas Massey. Right? Here, let me... It would be so the tweet is the original tweet is, sorry, figuring this out here. Massey is down per NBC Live results. Looks like Kentucky 4 is a wrap, right? Big upset. Everybody thought Thomas Massey was very popular. It would be a miracle if he lost by less than 5%. It's almost certainly going to be closer to 10. This is on May 19th. Talking about Thomas Massey. Okay, no problem. Well, what happened on the Jeremy Hambley channel? A video about Massey, and then hold on. No, this actually wasn't what I was talking about. Because on that same day, on the Quartering channel, May 19th, Thomas Massey, talking about Thomas Massey getting owned. Right? And also, one of his most recent tweets on that, so that was on that same day, he's, talking about Thomas Massey. And then one of his more recent, sorry, it was actually on his post. On his post, he's talking about he reposts this Crime Watch Minneapolis, talking about a resident in Northeast Minneapolis heard shots from across the river. Well, what's close to Northeast Minneapolis? Let's look on a map here. Oh, that's Wisconsin. That's close to the northeastern parts of Minnesota. That's strange. Interesting. So he's following accounts. It is Minneapolis, but it's reposting stories that are close to that are talking about. Oh, on the other side of the river, actually, even. But and he's talking about Thomas Massey the same day that Quartering's uploading videos about Thomas Massey. And he's only, here's the thing too, he never actually just says oh, I love Quartering's takes, or I love Quartering for, he has great ideas. It's just talking about him successfully flagging stuff down and talking crap about that. Yeah. So here's the thing. Is it absolutely him? No. Oh, and if here's the thing too, if you saw my most recent video, you saw that he has an excellent Asian accent. Did you hear his Asian imitation? for the Chinese spy balloon. So we do know that he has a liking for Asian imitations. And if we look at Say, he does look to be Asian. So I just found that. Just wanted to bring that to you. Now, here's the thing. And also the reason why I brought this up too, this is obviously like somebody's alt account. If it was somebody with like a family and, you know, something like I wouldn't have brought this up without like actually more conclusive stuff. But because it's just like a random, doesn't even have a banner. It's just some random account that only replies to stuff. It's not tied to any actual like person from what it looks like. So that's why I felt safe about this. Obviously, don't go harassing anybody. Don't go doing any of that nonsense. We're just here for some fun. All right. Now, before we go into the quartering videos that I've edited together for us, you know, I was looking at a recent character. This is just a quick sidetrack. A recent character that came up in one of Brittany Venti's live streams is this Kiana Live girl, right? This is a very quick sidetrack. Journalistic integrity in 2026? Absolutely. We're nothing, you know, that's our, you know, you look up integrity in the dictionary, it's going to have, well, it's probably just going to be my hair, but it'll be right there. So, now, so this Kiana chick, basically the only person that Chrissy Mayer can have is able to get to come on to her godforsaken live streams anymore because she's burned all of her bridges. Hey, hopefully the devil will come onto her stream and do a little guest spot since he's after her so hard. So this Kiana girl, so this is one of her latest live streams. She plays this intro. It's a 2.5 hour stream. Look at this. It's 50 minutes is the intro. It is a 50-minute intro, folks. What are we doing? Absolutely insane. All right, but anyway, so I had the. I mean, smoking in the house. What year is this? All right. So let me pull this back real quick. Now, wait, where did I? Oh, there we go. Sorry about that, folks. Now, I saw this chick and I was like, where have I seen her before? That's where I've seen her. In Ace Ventura. Does she not look like the woman from Ace Ventura, Detective Einhorn? And just to give you a little bit better of a picture, I even put Baxter, please, buddy. I even put some brown hair on her because maybe she dyed her hair. Now, if anybody remembers the plot to Ace Ventura, what was the backstory to Detective Einhorn again? Just jokes, folks. Just jokes, folks. Yeah, I think it was Ray Finkel, correct? Interesting. Nothing there. All right, like I said, just a quick sidetrack for some little bit of fun. Now, what we're gonna do now is go to the more, you know, curated part of the stream here. Let me, don't know why this is not coming up right. All right.
Remember, we do a show at 9 a.m. Eastern.
Yeah, unfortunately, you do a show. Hold on 1 second, folks. Sorry about that. All right, so this is for Jer's Monday morning stream. Now, of course, I'm not going to make you guys watch the whole thing. So I basically cut together the more interesting parts, and we'll go through this, right? That hair maker looks like pantsuit. I don't know. I'll be honest, I don't know. Sorry. Unfortunately, we do a show. Hey, what's going on, Raymond? Raymond Thoughts and Minds, everybody. How you doing? Go follow him on Kick. And I think he made a Rumble recently too, right? So, this is from his Wednesday morning stream.
To talk about here on this.
And in the great words and wisdom of Jer, strap on in.
Shortened, abbreviated, holiday-ish week still.
Oh, hold on.
Sometimes
Give me 1 second, folks, because I need to turn the...
Monday.
Sorry, I need to turn the volume up. Ba-da-ba-dum. Wait, what's going on? Doobie doobie doo. No, I'm just kidding. 1 second, guys. I don't know why this isn't, you know what we'll do? Interesting. All right, give me one. Let me just, all right. Okay, sorry about that. The volume should be better.
Day after
There we
Memorial
go.
Day is a similar
We are
holiday. A lot of
quartering
people
back
still
soon,
have
yes.
off, or they're just catching up with stuff. But we've got a lot of stories to cover, and
Yeah, a
I
lot of
want to
stories,
jump
guys.
right into the news.
This
We've
guy.
got some interesting news for here today. Well, sad news, really, but also
So sad.
an interesting pattern may be forming. My name's Jeremy. I hope you enjoy this channel. If you do, make sure you leave a
I mean, who doesn't know your... does this guy actually think that he's bringing in new viewers? And not just, like, hanging on like a cat at the edge of a ledge to the few viewers that he either has left or that are hanging on, clinging onto life themselves?
like on the video, and if you haven't yet, subscribe or follow wherever you're watching this. I upload 2 to 3 news segments every single day. Sometimes in the news media, they report on certain things more often because they're in the news, right? We see this now. There's a million
So he
stories about
he
ticks.
goes
Even
into
I'm
this, and
working
we're
on,
going to
like,
go quickly
a
through
long
this one,
form
right? Because
special
this is just
report
a
on
random...
ticks and things of that nature.
I just don't know. Baxter, come on, buddy. Come on. Should have got him a bone. But thinking the setup, thank you. We made sure to hire underpaid workers from Home Depot to build the set for us, so thank you very much. They worked hard. Now, he has to be one of the few readers left of the Daily Mail. I have never seen anybody in my life. I don't know why. I swear our TV screen behind us, I tested this thing for hours today. And then as soon as we go live, all of a sudden it wants to go dull on us, but whatever. That's just showbiz, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I don't know anybody who unironically reads the Daily Mail, which is like, why do you need a Twitter account still? You said you needed a Twitter when you just go to the Daily Mail website or whatever the hell this is, right? So
The more people report on something, or a few years ago, remember the train derailments? Trains actually derail super often. I don't know if you knew that.
thank you,
But
Jeremy.
for a while there, after the major derailment in Ohio,
I don't know if you knew that. Did you guys know that trains derail often? Man, I can't wait for the rest of this.
it was like every additional train
Get there.
derailment for about 2 months was treated like it was breaking news, even though one train derails like every day or something like that across this country, which is actually a crazy number. So I don't
Is
know if
it?
these things are related, but one person passed away and 9 are missing after a chemical vat imploded at a paper.
Now, this is a very... I don't think Jeremy at first understands what the word imploded means, because he becomes very confused and befuddled by the images that they put
Washington
here.
State. Now, I don't know what missing means.
Don't worry, we're getting to the crash outs too, folks. But I saw the way that he was going through these stories, and it was actually hilarious. And what you have to do is put yourself in the POV of somebody that wants to hear the news stories of today. Like, you're just... Because that's what he's aiming for, right? He's like, I'm doing serious segments, and we're just getting to the fresh new. Yeah, he's getting to them where they're fresh, getting the fresh train derailments. Thank you, Jer.
They like
You had those fresh train
vaporized?
derailments.
I don't know.
Hot and ready for you.
Mike Gorsh, battalion chief with the local fire department, described what he saw as a horrible, horrible scene.
Uh-huh.
It employs about 1,000 people, according to Washington State of Ecology. And you can see this tank here. It did implode. I don't know what caused people to
Get there?
expire or go missing here, because it doesn't
He just can't say.
look, it doesn't
Zero filter, by the way.
look like there was a giant explosion, does there?
He needs
In
to
fact,
update
it
that website.
Doesn't even really look like that big of a mess.
What are you talking about? This gigantic silo is absolutely in shambles. Doesn't look like that big of a mess. What are we talking about? You act like there's some paper shuffled around on the ground.
It looks like a tank did kind of squish down like a soda can. But I'm curious.
Maybe in comparison, actually, this is just coming to my mind. Maybe in comparison to Jeremy, that is actually the size of a soda can to him. And so he's like, this looks like this crumpled soda can fell, is squashed a bit. But other than that, look at this. Look at this This is not much damage.
It must have just been from the chemicals. That's the only thing I can think of. The recovery operations remain focused on safety and accessing all affected areas of the facility, recovering victims and supporting impacted families. I'm very where are the people?
Oh yeah,
Was
this
somebody
is where we
driving
have to
in this
get to.
van? Okay,
Hold on.
I could see that.
Wait till where he thinks the people went.
Maybe as a as the where they went. This is actually really interesting. Not interesting, but it's
Bad taste.
questions.
Poor taste.
like, what happened to them?
Got to get you monetized on Kick. Oh, that's all right.
Let's see if the local news has anything.
We got to broadcast more. This is only my second broadcast, folks. Thank you so much for joining us here tonight on Channel 404 News. I appreciate you very much.
Out of Longview this morning, the fire department there responding to a
We do this
major
for fun.
chemical
I'm not
explosion.
even,
This is at the Nippon paper facility.
There are multiple injuries.
It's being reported as both ways. By the way, an implosion and an explosion. But when you look at the tank, it was an implosion.
Because an implosion can also cause other explosions.
But where are the 9 missing people? I mean, if it was an explosion, I would understand more, but you would see, more damage, wouldn't you? You would see, I guess some things fell over. I guess you could look at it this way and see, if you look all the way over here, so there definitely was an explosion.
So basically,
there definitely was an outward explosion due to the implosion.
So basically, he comes to the idea that he thinks that the people were vaporized. I'm not kidding. He uses that exact word, that he thinks the people were vaporized.
Chemical explosion happened now.
Yeah, 9
like it's a Men in
missing.
Black movie.
They've been in there for a very long time to not have found them. I know that explosions aren't like they are in Hollywood. My guess
No,
is,
actually, that's what he thinks it is. He thinks that explosions are like a Michael Bay film because, there was plenty of damage there.
the 9 missing people were probably vaporized by the the kind of the rapid destabilization of the tank and the remaining areas.
Vaporized.
Some people maybe didn't call for work that day. I don't know. Hopefully that's the case. They could be off in maintenance, sleeping somewhere. Maybe they were dissolved.
No, that's what you would be doing, Jer. Off sleeping when you're on the clock.
In the chemical, because it sounds like it's ultra corrosive, which would be just
that's
horrible
usually
to
bad
consider.
in video games. Corrosive.
How's everyone doing on this wonderful morning?
That's what he's thinking.
I hope you're doing well.
That's where the skull is, right?
This is a short week for a lot of people. A lot of people are on vacation.
Mm-hmm.
Not your boy. Your boy works. I've always had this attitude, like if
hold on,
news to talk about here on this shortened, abbreviated
Let me see. Sorry, I think I missed this.
holiday-ish week still. Sometimes I consider the second half of
Oh yeah.
Monday after Memorial Day is a similar holiday. A lot of people still.
Does anybody know what he means by that? Because that reminded me that what I started this with. The second half of the Memorial Monday. This was on Wednesday, by the way. Yeah, boy. So yeah, this was on a Wednesday stream. He said, sometimes I consider the second half of Memorial Monday
have off, or they're just catching up with stuff. But
as
we've
a
got a lot of
holiday as
stories
well.
to cover, and I want to jump right in to the news.
Sorry,
We have the
sorry, I
video.
missed that
I'd
part
like to
before,
send it
but
back.
anyways.
America's
So what do
about
you
to hit
think
a
his
huge
next?
milestone. Your boy works.
Oh, hold on. Yeah, let's get to this ad
America's
read.
about to hit a.
So
America's
basically,
about to
he
hit
just
a
thinks
huge
people are getting vaporized. He thinks explosions are like Michael Bay films. And
milestone. America's about to hit a huge milestone. We're coming up on America's 250th birthday, 250 years of freedom, grit, sacrifice, and the
It
greatest experiment in
blows
self-government the world
my
has ever
mind.
seen. This is a perfect moment to help your kids understand why this country matters, not just fireworks and hot dogs, but the story behind it all. There's a free guide called The Kid's Guide to America's 250th Birthday. Hold on a second. I'll go for a walk. Go on.
Now, these ad reads, how do they pay him for this? How do they pay him to just sit there and read the prompt off screen? You know what I'm saying? Like, does he not? There are also those like teleprompters. I think it's Elgato. They have like the thing where you can basically just look at the camera and it'll give you the prompt there. Jer, I'm giving you some tips here, bud. From little old me, little old nobody, little old Don. Listen to Donnie. Get one of those damn teleprompters. All right, it'll basically just reflect it, and you can look right into the television screen or right into your camera, whatever the hell. And you can read your prompts or whatever. So, hey, you guys know if he's all of a sudden reading from perfect memory, you got that from me. All right. But it's just like, how do you get paid for something like that? Right? It's just reading that. It's just actually crazy. Plus, with how many times he's read that, wouldn't he remember that? I mean, even me, like I've heard it just from his damn videos, right? I don't know. It's just crazy, right? I don't know. Anyways, and plus, just go off script a little bit. Like, hey, 250-year anniversary is coming up, folks. The greatest experiment in freedom and integrity. You don't want your kids learning from a libtard, do you? Well, we got a free guide for you. Click the link below, scan this QR code, make sure that your kids know all about this great country and how it came to be. Boom, there you go. Pay me. What is going on? Get it together, Jer.
Go on. Go on. Hold on a second. Go for a walk. It's walk time. Come here. Go on.
But I thought he walked his dogs.
Go on. I'm coming.
Doesn't he talk about, well, that's one of the many things he has to do every day is walk his dogs? Ludwig. What are you guys talking about Ludwig for? I don't know. Oh, you're saying he'll read anything. Yeah. He's
a workaholic.
So let me read this. It does depend on the ad read. Some of them want you to only read what they tell you to do.
He doesn't
but
want
he
to go
does
on
it
his
for
morning.
all of them. He does it for all of them. And also it's like sell it. You know what I mean? Like put some emphasis behind it. Like make it believable. I'm Don Flurgandy? No, I'm Don Flurgandy. I never take my eyes off of my teleprompter. Let me tell you that. Not a single thing gets said live on air that isn't on my teleprompter. That's a Donald guarantee.
Walks anymore. He just wants to stay at work with dad. The internet is now piling on. An angry Domino's customer.
But here's the thing. Didn't you say that he walks his dogs? That's one of the many things he has to do every day is walk his dogs. And then all of a sudden there's a dog walker?
For demanding a refund after eating the entire meal. This is the issue. this is the issue. Like, you ate the whole meal.
So the next segment, folks. Sorry, I'm trying to get our issues solved here too. So the next segment, what do you guess what it's about? It's about pizza. It's about fucking Domino's. And I guess some customer ate their order and then demanded a refund. How is this your hard-hitting news? This is his morning stream, by the way. Remember, he said, my morning streams, that's when the real hard-hitting, that's where the hard-hitting, news comes. That you're just getting hit with news left and right. Right? So these are supposed to be the serious news segments, and we're talking about somebody ate their Domino's order and tried to get a full refund.
I talk about this all the time on the channel.
Somebody's on acid right now in the chat.
People just act normal.
Somebody's having a hell of a Thursday.
Can people just act normal? If, like, I get it.
Good
if
question.
You're eating your meal, right? You get somewhere near the end. You find a curly hair in it. You send it back. You start eating a steak. The edges are cooked fine. You get to the middle. It's completely raw. Okay. I get that. Maybe you ate a little bit of it. And then, it took a while to figure out that you got to the point where
story time with Jerry. I love these.
You were eating uncooked meat. And so you send it back. There are scenarios where, there are scenarios where you can eat some of something and still send it back. You buy.
Holy, all right.
A bag of apples. You eat 2 apples. Then you get down to the bottom. You see they're all bruised and gnarly or whatever. This is not that.
So give me 1 second, folks. I want to make sure, because this was for some reason it stopped playing for me, but it was playing for you.
Lots of news to talk about here on this shortened, abbreviated birthday cooked meat.
All right. So anyways.
We have the video. I'd like to report we have the video.
I'd like to report. What are you reporting on?
So we can do a nice in here.
People being mean to me. So yeah, so he goes through this nonsense. This was an incredibly long segment, by the way. It was like 20. It was crazy long. It was way too long.
Make sure you hit that green follow button down below. If you're new in the chat, say hi.
Thanks, Jared.
I'm one of the few people.
By the way, we're almost at 1,000 subs on YouTube. Absolutely insane. The internet is just loving Channel 404 News right now. I couldn't be more appreciative. The entire team here, my producer, Chip Rundown, he's off camera. He'll never be on camera. But I am very appreciative. Thank you so much, everybody. Glad you're enjoying everything. We're going to try to have some more broadcasts here coming up, but so stay tuned. We got a lot of fun stuff for you tonight.
Who read the regular chat.
Hail Hydra.
I always like to hear from you.
We have the video from somebody else's X account. Exactly. That's the thing. It's just like, man, just do a little bit of research.
I didn't read your chat. Well, that's because I'm pretty sure you're an A-log weirdo who's like
Here we go.
One more questionable message away. Dark Side.
He is the living definition of or the living embodiment of the angry happy face meme. You got one more message. I hear questionable.
Saw you said that earlier, Dark Side, about having a job.
iDubbbz all over again. You know what? You know what's crazy is after iDubbbz's monumental crash out and destruction, self-destruction, I might add. I kind of thought we wouldn't see somebody that big being taken down in a while, right? It's like, man, it's gonna be a while before we see another crazy crash out from a YouTube titan like iDubbbz was, right? Like iDubbbz is one of the biggest YouTubers in a while, for a while, right? And so, but then all of a sudden, Quartering comes in and is like, oh yeah, hold my beers. I almost said hold my beer, but let's be honest, he most likely has multiple. Hold my beers. Watch this. Just swan dived into the pavement.
You know, there was an accident that was crazy that you didn't. You ended up not getting the job or not having worked that day. I know it's not your first time today. Because I read the chat. This there's something in the air. Like the last couple days.
Oh, we know he reads the chat. We know.
I don't get allergies.
I'm muted in his chat, by the way. You know what's crazy? I don't even remember saying anything that crazy yet because I was kind of testing the waters. But, you know, if it's anything mildly, you know, no filter, you know, me more veteran. Get out of here. We're all muted in his chat. Yeah. That's why it's like, it almost makes sense why his 1,500 or 2,000, you know, at max 2,000 viewer stream, you know, is moving like, you know, honey down a tree because it's just everybody's banned. Everybody's muted. Stopped at 4 account. Oh, man.
But like I've been sneezing like crazy, runny nose. I mean, maybe I have like some sort of spring cold or something like that.
I can only stand watching him through his commentary on the stream. You know what? I will be it is tough. I'm not even kidding. Being completely honest, there's been when I put together both for the videos, the YouTube videos, and for like the stream content, having to go through all of his streams, I'm not kidding. I nod off more than a heroin addict because it is just, it's so boring. You just like, hold on. Shoot, where did I pass out at? Okay, how far back was I? Okay. It is crazy. You just nod off.
I know it's not your first time today. Because I read the chat.
Talking about my free speech. So I asked him if he supported the platforming campaigns and got instantly
I don't get
moved.
allergies. But like I've been sneezing like crazy.
What's crazy is like he could turn this around. Like turn it into content or something. Yeah, it's just me more veteran. All
Easy,
right.
runny nose. I mean, maybe I have like some sort of spring cold or something like that, but
Spring cold.
why do you censor yourself
You've been sniffing for like 5 weeks. Actually, probably longer.
on Rumble? I generally try to keep my show family friendly all the time.
Oh, so yeah, Chatter just asked him, why are you censoring yourself on Rumble? Very good question. Because if you remember, if you watched my recent video, I put in little clips from his very own quartering.com website where it says, you know, was it say like, you know, some like crazy takes and, you know, awesome takes. And then like, but it basically says zero filter. And it's like, you're one of the most filtered people online. Forget like, you know, left, right, commentary, gaming. You have to be one of the most filtered people on the internet. But let's see his answer.
Just because I can curse and be like uncouth on Rumble, I try to just keep it family friendly all the time. Because, you know, families watch me. I want people to be able to keep my show up you know, in the living room. You know what I mean? Like watch my show in the mornings. I could censor it in post, yeah. I could.
Very interesting. I think that was a slip there. Did you guys hear that? I think hold on.
But I just in the living room, you know what I mean? Like watch my show in the mornings. I could censor it in post, yeah.
I could censor it in post. I thought you had an editor. Shouldn't your editor be censoring that in post? Interesting. Now, could be a slip of the tongue, but I think it was, it could just be, a little one-off or whatever. But, another thing I alluded to in my recent video, I think the editor's name is Haremy Jambly. There's no editor. Let's be real, people. That's obviously a guess. I'm sorry, but he is just awful. He's telling
I
on
could.
himself, yeah.
But I like to run my show as family friendly as possible. Why do I swear outside of segments? I generally try not to swear. In general. Even when I do the
Yeah, we're gonna get to the crash outs here pretty soon,
bleep
too,
thing,
folks, but, yeah.
I'm not actually swearing. I'm just inserting the bleep instead of
So
swearing.
hold on, sorry about this. I
Curtain
talked over
removed.
this.
Swear.
Go back to this.
In general. Even when I do the bleep thing, I'm not actually swearing.
What? That is an insane admittal. Like, what? He bleeps for literally nothing. He doesn't even say... I mean, how much more censored can you get than that? You bleep even when you don't say the damn word? That's insane.
I'm just inserting the bleep instead of swearing. Sorry, curtain removed. I just try to do my best to keep it,
You're a real
so
Wizard
people
of
can have the
Oz.
show on in their living rooms. You know? Hucky puppy. There you go, boy. Huck's back from his walk.
But I thought you walked the dogs. That was one of the many things. Remember, he's like, oh, I got so much to do around the house and cleaning and walking the dogs. And
I know, Hucky.
oh, watch this. Hold
Are
on.
you
This is
happy,
actually kind of
puppy?
funny.
Ugh.
His dog gets up here. Oh, my goodness. His dog looks petrified.
Hucky's here.
Look at those eyes. That dog has seen some stuff. Oh my gosh. We need a free Kaya and free Huck.
Yes, I know. By the way, we have the 2
I'm
o'clock
sorry
show
if we
today.
peeked there, but
I was really
I'm sorry
working
about
on like that tick deep dive story, and I lost all of my notes. They were on my laptop, and they're just.
Let's be honest. Your notes are with Grok. But here's what's funny is I don't think he realizes that you can actually just go into your previous conversations. Like Grok will hold your history. So I think he like exited his browser and doesn't realize he can just look at it. He can just look back at his previous conversations. And so he had to redo it all. He had to redo his Grok rundown.
I don't know if I like restarted it or something like that. I don't know.
No, they're neither lost or he didn't fail to write it. That's the thing. He just does. He leaked this on one of his previous streams that he just basically had a Grok prompt that he was just reading from.
So I have to start over today.
Yeah, there's a major
free Huck.
tick problem going on, and it appears nobody's talking about it. None of the
This guy is the
Everybody's talking
strangest.
about it. I like to engage in a little tinfoil hattery on this
You think?
channel, but
We're
I
just talking about people
I
getting
also
vaporized.
have to try and like be a voice of reason. I mean, it was on my morning news this morning. It was on my morning news last night.
Wait, what is
It's
he
on the
talking about? I
front
can't remember.
page of Rumble right now.
This is when he's talking
There
about
are
the ticks.
lots of people actually talking about it.
large news outlets, this is very serious. We have to remember a new study came out
I think
a few
this
months
is.
ago, and they literally found alpha-gal syndrome, the incidence of alpha-gal syndrome, the allergy to red meat from the Lone Star.
This is a segment, I'm not kidding, about Bill Gates dropping ticks in like boxes around the US or something like that. And supposedly if you get bit by one of the ticks, it makes you, is it like allergic to meat or something? It's some insane stuff.
Oh, sorry. Someone in chat said that he looks like a human version of a tick, and I just couldn't do it. He totally does. I'm sorry, dude. I'm not one to insult anybody's looks.
That is so insane. You're not one to insult somebody's looks? Are you kidding me? There's no way. He just said that.
But when they put them side by side on the screen, I mean, is he wrong? I just say like
ticks skyrocketed up 10,000% in just 10 years. And then we look to 2021 to 2024.
the Lone Star tick is a different thing. I'm not sure there's been any cases reported as far north as Wisconsin with the Lone Star tick. But where I live, ticks have always been a way of life. It's not like these things. I just want to balance a little bit, if you guys will allow me. I will entertain Bill Gates' helicopter dropping boxes of, Lone Star ticks to infect Americans to sell fake meat.
Sorry about that.
I'll embrace that. But this idea,
I swear, folks, we messed around with this screen. Had this screen running. I'm not kidding. For 2 hours before this stream. That's the thing about live streaming, man. Anyways, so we get
an
this
explosion of ticks because of climate change
nonsense.
That they are working on an mRNA vaccination for lone have almost no chance at all of getting.
The head movements. It almost kind of reminds me of Ethan Klein. I wonder, does he have like undiagnosed Tourette's or something like that? And I'm not actually even like trying to make fun of. I'm being serious because he does. Let me make sure this mic doesn't peak. Sorry about that, guys. But he does that quite a lot, and I wonder if. And then he also says he doesn't have sleep apnea. It's just like, you need to get the test. Honestly, Jer, get the test. You do. You will get the first time. You will get incredible sleep once you get one of those CPAP machines. I'm telling you, bud. Doing great, Don. Thank you very much. Thank you.
You want to talk to me about tick boxes getting dropped from the sky?
All right, so enough of this.
Make this
nonsense. Up. So hold on. I don't know why this keeps doing this. Oh, there we go.
I promise you, this is real. An article supporting
Thank you.
Candace Owens for president. I have not.
Sorry, 1 second, folks. Don't know why it keeps doing. Luckily, it doesn't. It's not going out on
to talk about here on this
on the broadcast, but it's going out for me for some reason.
Almost. Just so Candace Owens. And
so here we go. So Wednesday morning stream, he goes into, of course, another article, but it's an article about Candace Owens, and it fuels one of the craziest tirades. It truly is a sight to see. And I'm not like a Candace enjoyer. I'm really not. I kind of see her more as like just like the female version. She's kind of like Alex Jones, where she just like, I don't know. She just says some crazy stuff, right? Wasn't she trying to say like Erica Kirk was behind Charlie's shooting? I don't know. But from what I see, she's super entertaining too, though. So if you're entertaining, people will look past a lot. You know what I mean? I just have to make sure I'm just entertaining enough for people to look past my hair.
I think that this article, which is absolute bonkers to me, is like on a whole nother level.
It is crazy how he thinks he's morally superior to Candace Owens. Yes.
They put the article behind a paywall, so we're going to have to take a little bit
toaster
about this.
Can we ban Ray?
I don't know why.
Can we get a ban on
like
Raymond?
You put this article behind the paywall just so Candace Owens like cult follows her, but let's just take a look at a little bit of this news. First of all, here's what we.
By the way, we are actually free speech here on Channel 404 News, the news broadcast of the people. And as far as goes in, when you're chatting about the broadcast, just don't break terms of service. All right, I don't care. Just have fun. It's all jokes here, folks. But just don't break terms of service and have fun.
Get of the article. I'm not paying the bulwark. I'm not paying. I'm not paying.
The fact he even thought of that. How many? I just saw this too. How many like news website subscriptions do you think he's signed up for? I mean, he's like a boomer in every stretch of the imagination, huh? Who pays for these? Who signs up for these? Nobody.
them at all. We're not talking enough about President Candace Owens, but voters tell me all the time that they're here for it. Written by Sarah Longwell. There's just 40 comments on this article, and 100 likes, even when it was directly shared by Candace Owens. By the way, let me tell you who the bulwark actually
There we
is.
go, folks.
But to me, this is a woman consumed by jealousy. She, I believe, thought that she would marry Charlie Kirk. I believe she thought she would be on top of Turning Point USA when she was unceremoniously let go or parted ways or whatever happened there.
All right. So sorry for why I went full Jer and wasn't speaking there for a minute. But so we have this story about some random article. The Bulwark wrote something about Candace Owens for president. That's insane, but it gives Jer something to talk about. The bull. Oh no! I didn't even think about that till now. The Bulwark? Oh no, not the Bulwark. The News Bull? I'm the News Bull. You got it? But the Bulwark? We're like bullshit, yeah. Oh no. No wonder he doesn't want to pay for it.
Faded into obscurity, gets fired from the Daily Wire. She was mad at Charlie Kirk because they fired her.
Bosky?
She's mad at Jews because Ben Shapiro fired her. She's actually not that deep. You guys understand that, right? Like, I've met a million women like Candace Owens. She's actually not that deep.
He hasn't met 20 women.
Every decision she makes, every single day, is driven by jealousy. Every word out of her mouth, every thought she has,
really,
everything she's ever written is driven by jealousy of others. She is not unique. She's a moderately attractive black woman that fooled a bunch of conservatives.
Interesting. I thought we literally just earlier in this exact stream, I don't like talking about people's looks. And Jer, come on, man. You can't be that guy. You just can't be that guy talking about looks. Me with my lavish hair, I can talk about looks all I want, all right? There's nobody on the planet Earth
a pretty
that has
black
better hair
girl.
than I do.
A pretty black girl is a Republican. If I like her, then I'm not racist. You might not like that, but we're in the new era of Jeremy's truth telling. She will have
he's looked at her wiki feed. Absolutely.
More money than I ever will.
And exactly what everything he just subscribed here, he just described here, right? Is him.
That I'm really attractive black. Everything she's ever written is driven by jealousy.
Driven by jealousy.
Every word out of her mouth, every thought she has, everything she's ever written is driven by jealousy of others.
And it's funny. It's because what does Jer do every time he has to talk about why his channel's failing? He compares it to others. Well, no, it's not just me, it's others. And he just that's why he was talking about like, they're doing it for super chats, they're doing it for the cloud and everything like that. They can't be doing it because it's what they believe in.
She is not unique. She's a moderately attractive black woman that fooled a bunch of conservatives into thinking,
I guarantee his question would be like, well, I'm not, or his retort would be, well, I'm not going for president. That's why I'm talking about Candace, because she's talking about going for president. If somebody if somebody wrote this about him, he'd be like, do you guys think I could do it? I don't know. Could I do it?
A pretty black girl is a Republican. If I like her, then I'm not racist. You might not like that, but we're in the new era of Jeremy's truth telling.
Oh my God. Jeremy's truth telling. We're in the Jer era, boys and girls. We're in the Jer truth telling era. Here we go. He's in his truth-telling era.
She will have more money than I ever will. She will have more success than I ever will.
What was that he was just saying about jealousy?
That doesn't change how she got there. A black conservative female. Yes, let's do that. Oh, she's Catholic too. Let's do that. Grift, grift, grift. It's all.
Here's the thing. Is Candace probably grifted? Absolutely. She is. So that's why, obviously, everybody in the audience knows this is why we're selling this. We're not saying because, Candace is some perfect angel and that this all may be true. But this is why whenever you screwed yourself because you can't do any of these call outs anymore. You're a hypocrite.
A grift. She's no real Catholic. It's all part of the grift. She goes Catholic so she can go out on the internet and say Christ is king to needle. And by the
and who goes out on the internet so they can say smash that like button if Charlie is smiling down upon us? Are you kidding me?
By the way, she's a blasphemer. She uses Christ as king. Any idiot knows why she says Christ is king.
This is insane.
It is not because she truly believes Christ is king.
Really?
It's, like I said, every decision, every guiding moment of her life is about being jealous. She says Christ is king on X to needle Ben Shapiro.
You know what's so funny? And I can't remember. I don't want to lose my spot here, but it's either this stream or the afternoon stream. At the start of it, you'll notice that for some reason, like the top 4 or 5 buttons of his shirt are undone. And I was like, man, why is he looking so extra slobbish? Why does he have so many buttons undone? Like he's a Cuban gangster. And then I look upon his, disgusting looking chest, and I saw that his cross was just there laying. I was like, oh, that's why. So he can show off his cross. Interesting.
That's why she does it. She doesn't believe Christ is king. She only says it to make other people mad. She says Christ is king to rile up the Jews. She is a blasphemer.
A blasphemer.
That's the truth. It's right-wing virtue signaling. This woman doesn't give a crap about the truth. She doesn't care about who killed Charlie Kirk.
It is just... You know what? I almost... Oh, shoot. Oh, my God. My glorious hair. Sorry. Jesus. Sorry about that, folks. Mild emergency there. So, you know what is just... It almost made me think that he's doing this on purpose and that he's, like, trolling in some case. I'm just like, he has to realize he is literally describing himself. And it almost makes me think like he's doing this to infuriate people because he knows he is literally describing himself. You know what? And and also just a quick side note too. You recognize that this is his Jeremy Hambly UI. He keeps on doing this where he'll switch back and forth between the quartering and the Jeremy Hambly, right? Because he's posting to both. I think that is the clearest sign to him realizing that the quartering channel is dead. And we're going to talk more about it when he brings up this Rumble, because he talks about Rumble and why he's only streaming to Rumble. We'll talk more about it when he brings this up. But there is no way who in their right mind would post and spend time posting videos to how many subs does the Hambly channel get? However many subs it gets, it only gets like 5 to maybe 10K maximum views per video or something like that. It is, you know what I mean? So it's just like not even close. There's no way you would waste your time with that if your 2 million sub channel was actually thriving and getting sponsorships and doing just fine. That's crazy. If anything, you just put out more videos there or whatever, or you just steal more of your shorts content.
You know why? You know what's been guiding her crusade against Turning Point? She's jealous. She's jealous.
Why did you just get all sassy there? She's jealous. Sassy Jer. Dude, we need that like a GIF or something like that. A Sassy Jer GIF.
She wants to bring down
I love the hair in
Turning
the
Point
setup. Thank you. Appreciate it.
USA because she's mad
I
that
condition it 4 times a day.
Charlie Kirk didn't pick her. She's not that deep.
People always wonder how I get my shine.
She's not smart. Which makes her a perfect Democrat presidential candidate. In fact, the latest example of a phenomenon I've been hearing in my focus groups, Owens is one of the breakout media stars of our era. Wrong.
Saying she's not smart. Again, it's crazy. You know, I definitely don't want this to turn into a Candace, support rally or whatever the hell. But it's just like, she would run laps around Jeremy. Are you kidding me? I've seen her speak a bit. I honestly, I can't remember the last time I watched the show, but I have seen interviews of her for, plenty of previous interviews from her. Oh, yeah, and I also watched her Blair White interview because he talks about it. I watched a bit of it. I didn't watch the whole thing, but it's just like she would just run absolute circles around this nincompoop. Are you kidding me?
Her influence is increasingly not confined to MAGA Republicans. I would think it's basically exclusively not. People say have Candace on to defend herself anytime, anywhere, Candace.
But wait.
We could talk about how you covered up your husband's multiple drunk.
Anytime, anywhere. Remember that. But you know what this is a cloud grab. We know what this is. This is a cloud grab. But I'm going to let him talk a little bit more before we get into it.
Driving tickets while he was a green card holder and should have been deported.
Her husband's driving ticket. I don't know anything about that.
Talk about who you paid off to do that, in my opinion.
He paid off to do that, in my opinion.
I don't think you want to go face to face with Owens, mate. Anytime.
His chat is literally calling him out.
Time, anywhere. Anytime, anywhere. Okay? Fine. As long as I don't have to travel.
What? Anytime, anywhere. As long as I don't have to leave my house. What the hell are we talking about? Jesus.
She set that precedent.
I couldn't believe he said that. He kept on saying, anytime, anywhere. As long as I don't have to leave my living room.
Not me. She's the one that didn't want to go out to Turning Point USA, so I don't want to fly to Nashville. She can come out to Wisconsin, or we can do it digitally. I don't need to do face-to-face. Online's fine.
And let's be honest, and he's going to bring it up in a second tier too. Obviously, we know what he would do, right? He would just do the same thing he did with Rex Jones. I didn't see the full thing, but I saw a lot of it, right? Maybe I did see the full thing. I saw a good amount of it, I know for sure, right? And anybody that saw that, for some reason, he coaxed himself into thinking that he did well, and then he like wiped the floor with Rex. I don't know why he thinks that. But all he went on there and was all that he kept saying was like, "I'm a buffoon. You take me seriously." It's like he keeps doing this thing where it's like he wants to be taken seriously, but not seriously. It's like that Schrodinger's. He's just like, he just keeps swapping back and forth. It's like, oh, well, now I want to be taken seriously. Well, now I don't want to be taken seriously. You know what I mean? It's just, he just constantly does that same thing. Where it's just like you make very serious claims online, and then when somebody presses you about it, you're just like, oh, well, these are all just jokes, and I don't mean anything. Well, come debate me about it. I'll come debate you about it right now. Oh, well, you actually took that seriously? It's literally just the same thing. And then when he really has nothing he can do about it, what does he do? He runs. Ran from Yellow Flash. He who else did he run from? Well, he ran from Yellow Flash twice. Who else was it that he ran from recently? Or previously? Can't remember. Write this down. But yeah. Anyways, that's what he does. Just runs from these, challenges these debates, puffs his chest out. Was it Bering also? I don't know if it was Bering. There was somebody else I was thinking of. The debate with Rex Jones. Well, here's the thing. He actually went on the debate with Rex Jones, but he didn't debate him. That's not debate. When you go to debate somebody, you actually have a clash of ideas and ideals. You don't just go on there and say like, oh, you took what I was saying seriously. That's not defending your point of view. Just go on saying like, oh, I'm a buffoon and you take what I said seriously. That's not what serious people do.
His oratory skills.
And he wants to be taken seriously because it's like, if you're here giving people real news stories and real, hard-hitting facts and information, you can't just at the same time claim to be like just a joke and a buffoon. Yeah, so Bering was a part of Yellow Flash's. I swear there was another one that I'm thinking of. But I do remember when he got confronted by Keemstar and them years ago, where he just, I saw a video of it. I didn't see it live, but where he just basically got on his knees. But Hail Hydra. There you go. What's going on, Kino? Kino Hydra Head, how you doing? So,
you can't form a sentence without ums and uhs. Well, we'll see.
He couldn't even do it in that exact. He couldn't even do it in his response. Well, we'll see. Hold on, I gotta hear that again.
I don't need to do face to face. Mine's fine. She has oratory skills. You can't form a sentence without ums and uhs. Well, we'll see.
That's insane. He couldn't even respond to that. His response was literally, well, we'll see. Yeah, he says oratory. Okay. We'll give him the benefit of the doubt, I guess, and say maybe the person spelled it wrong. But yeah, he probably just mispronounced it.
Have you ever seen her off? Have you ever seen her off teleprompter? People think she's so smart.
Have we ever seen you off Grok? What are you talking about? You just sit there and read news articles. Have we ever seen you off news article? No. And you read them poorly. That's what the craziest part about it.
I challenge you to go watch her debate with Blair White.
I accepted that challenge. And so what I did is I went through, various parts of that debate that they had. And she, I just wanted to go to random parts to see, like, maybe she just was not speaking or responding or something like that. But it wasn't anything like that. My hair's not behaving, but it wasn't anything like that. It wasn't like she was like, it wasn't like it was what he's trying to explain it like. He's trying to make it seem like it was like Pearl Davis with Anna Kasparian, where she was just sitting there dumbfounded, saying nothing. That's not what it was. She was, I don't know if she was right or wrong in this situation. I really did, because I just wanted to see, like, was she just basically, she seemed very convincing. I'm not, like I said, I don't know as far as like the merits of it, right? Because I didn't want to deep dive their entire history or anything, right? But I'm like, the way he was talking about it, it was like she was just lost in the entire conversation, and that's not what it seemed like at all.
In which she got completely humiliated and melted down almost immediately.
She was getting pretty worked up in that, but I guess it was because Blair was like trying to call her an outright liar. And when from some of the stuff I did see, like Candace was able to prove what she was saying. It basically like her information tech, her IT guy told her something that was incorrect, and so whenever she relayed that information, out into the public, and people are like, well, no, it's no way it can be that. She was like, oh shoot, I didn't mean for it to be a lie. Like that's what my IT guy told me, and it happened it happened to be that that's not what it was, right? Which that's a different type of lie. That's just being incorrect. That's not a lie, right? But it's just yeah. But she was getting pretty worked up.
If Candace Owens thought she was good at debate, she would have taken the $60,000 to debate Crowder.
I don't know much about that. $60,000 to debate Crowder.
Crowder offered her $60,000 and she refused. Do you think she feels that confident about her position? I feel confident about my position.
Offer her $60K then. I guarantee, Jer, offer her $60K. Please. I mean, we know he doesn't have the $60K, but I guarantee she would, because Crowder actually knows what he's doing, right? I haven't watched Crowder in a while, but from what I do, like I have watched Crowder stuff, and obviously, like him or not, he's a good speaker. He knows how to debate people. He's confident in what he's confident in his ideas and his beliefs. He doesn't just go whichever way the wind blows. Well, I don't know. Maybe he has recently, but as far as like his oratory skills, or what did he say? Oratory? As far as his oratory skills, he's definitely much better. Much better than Jared.
I feel 100% confident in my position that Candace Owens is a fraud, liar, grifter. I'll debate that on zero notice with Candace.
It would just turn into a Spider-Man meme. Because here's the thing. I'm sure Candace has lied about a bunch of stuff. But then this is why, like, you just have no leg to stand on, because she could just literally just point right back at you. Which is the main reason why he ran away from Flash, right? So from what I remember of him running away from Yellow Flash, is he was all big and bad about it. He ran away from the Kino Casino. This one was I was thinking about before, but he ran away from he agreed to the financial audit, and then as soon as they wanted documents, he was just, oh, never mind. But anyways, but from what I understand is he was like all high mighty about debating Flash, and then once they asked specifically, like, hey, this is one big point, we want you to bring that email. The email that he accidentally leaked, that he had reported a YouTube channel, tried to lie about, one of the many lies, tried to lie about it and say it was some other type of email. They said, hey, bring that email. We want that email specifically to be part of the debate, or to be part of, you coming on. And then that's apparently whenever he just refused. Or just, I think he just, he just ignored him, right? He just acted like it didn't happen. He literally just stuck his head in the sand. He's like, oh, guys, I'm going away for the weekend. Sorry.
Go watch her debate Blair White with Dave Baby Buying Rubin.
Flash is still adamant about that point? Oh, yeah. I mean, I would be. It's a huge point. That is probably one of the craziest, facts about this whole quartering thing. It's like, it is almost impossible to prove if somebody did flag somebody, but he, in all of his, grand wisdom, somehow showed any more proof than anybody ever possibly could. But
as a precursor of what Candace Owens is really like without a teleprompter, it did not go well.
I just don't get what he's talking about. But you know what? Here's the thing, though. After him thinking that his Rex Jones interview or debate went well, maybe that's why he also thinks the Candace Owens thing didn't go as well. But yeah.
And I would rather Steven debate her because he would be way better at it. Let me be very clear. Steven Crowder is actually good at it and would do way better. And he has a much bigger platform.
Ooh, unlucky.
I would much rather see that.
All right. So this was one crazy crash out, right?
I would much rather. I have done 0 debates in my life. Rex Jones, if you think I lost that debate against Rex Jones, you weren't watching. I crushed him. You kidding?
I wish I would have pulled part of this up, actually. Shoot. I wish I would have. There was so much other things I had to prepare as well for the stream. Maybe we will in a future stream, but because I don't have it even like readily handy, to be honest. But anybody that watched that stream, he literally didn't debate a single point. You didn't go on there defending your ideas against him. You just went on there and said, "You take what I said seriously? Man, I'm a goofball." You know, basically just said the equivalent of I'm a goofball. You know, it's just, that's not debating, man. That's not winning a debate. If that's what winning a debate would be like, Ben Shapiro would be, you know, 0 and 1,000, because everybody that goes up against him, they would just say like, I just thought of a random debater, by the way. I'm not, but anyways, you know, they'd just be like, "Oh, I'm an idiot. Why do you take out what I say seriously? I won." That's crazy.
Me? That's fine.
But here's what people have to realize, right? We know he is a liar. We know he is a gaslighter. But you know, as we say here on the Channel 44 News with Don Fleury, every superhuman has the superpower to rationalize, and I think he's basically just rationalizing to himself that he's basically just convinced himself, so that way he just doesn't crumble into the fetal position and just realize, man, I am actually just a terrible person for all the things that I've done to people. So what you have to understand is he has lied and gaslit nobody more than he has lied and gaslit to himself, right? So he actually believes this in his head.
It's not like I lose any sleep over it. If anybody watched my debate with Rex, I absolutely destroyed him. It was not even close. He was getting roasted by his own chat. And I'm terrible at debate. It's just that he was too emotional.
You know what? He was like, I mean, I guess he was kind of emotional, but he was, I mean, I don't know, like emotional. It's not like he was crying, but he was somebody, he just came off as somebody who was actually emphatic about what he believed in. Because, man, please somebody remind me about the debates. It was basically, Jer was making jokes about a bunch of people getting killed in the Middle East or something. It was something that was basically in poor taste, right? And Rex Jones was calling him out about it. Here's the thing. I don't care about whatever you want to joke about, right? You know, but Rex Jones was arguing because he thought it was immoral. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was about Iran, right? Yeah, it was about some people getting killed in Iran or something like that. I apologize. This part I am a little, I should have looked a little bit more, because I don't remember it as well as I wish I had. But basically, he was getting a little upset, right? Wasn't like he was like going crazy or anything, right? But no, he was just like, you should be taking this seriously. If you say you want to be serious, whatever, he's like, you should. Oh, the school bombing. That's right. Thank you, Ben Man. It was the school bombing. Yeah, there was a school bombing, and Jared was making jokes about it or whatever, right? And you know, if that's, you know, there can be, you know, I'm all about all comedy or whatever, right? But Rex Jones, you know, the son of Alex Jones, by the way. Sorry, forgot to mention that. Just if you don't know, Rex Jones is the son of Alex Jones, right? And so he takes this stuff very seriously, and he just thought it was very in poor taste that he did that. And you know, Jeremy, he basically saw this as, I don't know, a way to get on another platform, I guess. I wonder if he was hoping to kind of like leapfrog to Alex. Like, you know, maybe if I debate his son and make a fool of him, or just, you know, I can get another debate with Alex or get another conversation with Alex or something like that. Didn't know that. Yeah. So it's Alex Jones's son. So yeah, he was a little emotional because he actually believes in this shit that he was talking about. And you were just sitting there trying to make a mockery.
Rex practically had a.
But here's the thing. He was like, sorry for the pause key. I am very sorry about that. But because he does this thing where, like I said before, we already kind of talked about it, but it's like, you want to be taken seriously when you want to be taken seriously. And then when people call you out for it, you're just like, oh, why'd you take it so seriously?
Bro, his face was so red. I know.
Yeah, somebody in his chat called out for his face being so red.
That was great.
That was great.
I like Rex as well as you. I had a very different interpretation. Yeah, that's the thing with debate, right?
Interesting.
We're going back on X. No. I mean, at some point, I have to reactivate the account so people can't just take it. But I'm loving life, not using it. I mean, I use it to research, obviously, but not posting to it it's been great. I found myself having more time. I found myself in a better headspace. And I'm not saying like to be clear, I had a problem with X. X is not the problem.
Once you criticize someone for making tasteless jokes, you now have to worry about making jokes about real life stuff for the rest of your career. Yeah. And like I said, Rex Jones is one of those people where he doesn't make, he's not a jokester, right? He's just more like a serious news guy, but yeah. He's not like a CNN or anything, but he does take it more seriously, but yeah.
Does that make sense? I'm not saying for you to not use it. I'm saying
Jared has a
I was
burner for his live
addicted
streams.
to it.
Yeah, you guys saw it in my last video.
First thing I did when I opened it up in the morning, at night, and the whole platform is just so toxic. It feels better to just be on a break. He wrote, I uninstalled X because, and the whole platform is just so not use it. I'm saying I had a problem with X. More time. I found myself in a better
We're back to the X code
headspace,
folks.
and
Sorry
I'm
about
not posting to it. I mean, at some point I have to reactivate the account so people can't just take it, but I'm loving life not using it. I mean, I use it.
This was Wednesday, by the way, and he reactivated it. Did he reactivated it? So the Wednesday, as in, this is the Wednesday stream. So yesterday, correct? Am I? Yeah. So this was yesterday morning stream. So he reactivated it that same day, right? Because he didn't reactivate it today, did he? No. It was last night because I remember I was actually watching Kino Casino's locals, and Worski brought it up that yeah.
To research, obviously, but not posting to it.
Man, I wanted to do a Kino Casino segment, but I couldn't find the dang clip. There was from a stream recently where Ashton had talked about being in he had talked about like being in an airport or something, and he was trying to get a subway in an airport in an airport vending machine or something like that. Insane.
It's been great. I found myself having more time. I found myself in a better headspace. And I'm not saying like
the vending machine sub, yeah.
Like, to be clear, I had a problem with X. X is not the problem. Does that make sense?
Couldn't find it.
I'm not saying for you to not use it. I'm saying I was addicted to it.
You still are.
First thing I did when I opened.
This is what's so. It's like he wonders why, man, because he makes it seem like he's like, man, it's just so easy to quit it because you didn't quit it. That's the thing. Your brain, you're still on it every single day. You know what I mean? It's like it's hard to miss something when you don't. Just because you don't post on it doesn't mean you're not still consuming it.
Open it up in the morning, at night.
Which honestly, like, that's the biggest. That's like, what is the bigger? If anything, it's like 50-50, right? Like, at minimum, half of it is that you're ingesting all of this brain rot and like crazy nonsense toxicity, right? But also, like, and then you posting is another maybe half of it. But I think it's more of like, I think it's actually less than that. I think that's less than half. I think more than half of it is actually you just ingesting all this nonsense.
And the whole platform is just so toxic. It feels better to just be on a break. He wrote, I uninstalled X because Elon's rage bait algorithm wasn't good for me. I swear that between Facebook and X, that is 100% true. That there's some sort of like rage bait algorithm that's going on right now. This is what I can tell you. And if anything, we're going to get back on topic here, but like, what did we learn?
He's addicted to social media.
Folks. And
he's bargaining with himself. It's a sign of addictive behavior. If he justifies that he's just using for grok and news stories, he doesn't have to feel guilty for. Exactly. Yeah, that is exactly what he's doing, right? So that, like I said, what I say, what we were just talking about, like, it's like everybody's superpower of rationalizing it. He's just rationalizing to himself. He's like, well, yeah, I did quit because I'm only using it for this, which should be okay, right? I'm not actually posting to it. It's like, no, that's like saying, I gave up liquor, but I'm still drinking beer, because you didn't give up alcohol. You just gave up you just gave up, some of the alcohol. Pretty apropos,
All these midterm elections, special elections primaries. What is the number one thing we learned about X?
There's plenty of triangles and gongs and everything out there. We'll find our own thing. We'll find our own thing.
In terms of all of these primary elections, what did Thomas Massey losing his election? And I like
another Thomas Massey shout out. Interesting. Say.
Thomas Massey. Okay. But what did Thomas Massey's loss teach us the most about? There's got a real movement going on X because something got trending once
or whatnot.
Shit doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. X does not exist to do anything. It's just a platform. But X exists, like everything, to make money. And rage bait is money.
You built your entire career off of rage bait. You cannot have this conversation. Or here's the thing. You can do it if you like basically come out and say, I know this for a fact because I built my career off of this. I'm guilty of this myself. I have been guilty of this myself. I am gongless.
Famously in 2016, Twitter 100% convinced Hillary Clinton was going to win the election. Got blown out. The internet is not real life. There are aspects of it that are real, but you pick the peanuts out of the turd. That's it. It's for entertainment.
What is
Dead
that?
internet theory is real.
Peanuts out of the turd?
And vote for him.
What the hell are we talking about?
The Los Angeles mayoral race continuing to capture the attention of the nation with reality star Spencer Pratt taking on the sitting mayor.
It always
Karen
comes
Bass.
back to poo.
Christina
Always.
Coleman live in our West Coast newsroom with a
Now Bass is leading.
Want to step?
Tried around 8:30, but I think that
the next
yesterday
segment is
overstreamed a little bit. I streamed for like
a little more interesting.
5 hours. And I was pretty burnt out last night. Today, I'm going to stick to the 2 hours for the morning show. Something else. Restaurant with
this is
something
wild.
else. No
So
no
he starts
disrespect.
talking about like some restaurant, basically like some like Hooters like restaurant that he's trying to
if you do,
find.
but I'm off them. I can't be fat and smoke. I have to pick a struggle. Yeah, Twin Peaks is a mountain theme competitor.
Pick one struggle. Oh, that's right, because he said he's definitely not an alcoholic.
Of Hooters. Yeah, I've been there once. I guess if it was Twin Peaks.
Subscribe to the channel, folks. To the Kick as well. I think we have to get like 5 hours total of broadcasting before we can do like the Kick partnership program or whatever it's called, right? But yeah, be expecting much more. Like I said, I've been having fun doing all this. I appreciate it. Yeah, I've just been having fun doing all this, guys. The videos have been really, really fun. The live streams, this is only our second one, but these have been fun as well too.
I don't think it was called Twin Peaks in Houston. I think it was called something else. Restaurant.
I do plan on some longer format videos as well too. Some some Don Flurgandy deep dives
with hot chicks. Houston.
Hey, also be sure either
might not even be still around.
Either comment on the videos or DM me or whatever about either people you'd like me to cover, different ideas. I've been looking at the whole
it was
Hassan
right by
thing
it was
going on. That's kind of what the Hassan
right
thing.
by it just gives me chicken restaurants.
G-Dad Fan 88. Thank you very much.
None of these look familiar.
You can barely hear. Oh, you're lying.
I thought it was called something else, like the Fin or something like that.
I know my mic's loud.
I will. Should I raid Crowder? Let's raid Crowder. Let's see. Is he live?
Oh yeah, sorry, I was blabbering over it. But he kept on talking about like finding these different.
No disrespect.
Oh yeah,
if you do for the morning show. Do you smoke ciggies, Jeremy? No, I didn't. For like when I first get up,
Now Bass
want to step. Dang it.
So no, something else. Restaurant.
Oh yeah,
with hot chicks.
Dude, he just Googled restaurant with hot chicks. Keno introduced me to Don. Yeah, dude. Hey, the Keno Casino guys. I mean, not that I have to shout them out. I'm sure if you're here, you most likely know who Keno Casino are. If you don't, yeah, those guys are awesome. Big reason why we've had a huge jump. You know what's kind of, just a short little story here, right? Why we kind of had all these assets ready to go and why we had our whole studio ready to go. I'd been planning on this for a while, actually. And then once I found this whole quartering situation going on, I just made, those the first one just kind of off of a whim. And then everybody seemed to like it. So here we are. Funny how that happens.
Houston.
So yeah, we've had the YouTube up for, I guess, 7-8 days now. And we're almost at 1,000 subs. Let's see where we're at real quick. Sorry, quick, 974. There we go. All right. It means we got like 25 or more while we're just sitting here. All right. But yeah,
might
so
not even be still around. It was right by. It just gives me chicken restaurants. None of these look familiar. I thought it was called something else, like the Fin or something like that.
The Casino Bump, absolutely.
I will. Should I raid Crowder?
At all.
Let's raid Crowder.
Awesome, so, a lot to them.
Let's see. Is he live?
Get naked legally.
Yes, real Cubans explained.
By the government, correct?
Oh, this is pre-recorded.
Someone's dying on a ventilator because they're using the power for whatever stupid Irish hip hop bigotry.
So he's trying. So here. This is just a funny little ending here. Hold on.
I'll be back. Maybe I'll come back a little sooner.
He's talking about raiding Crowder.
All right.
And you know what's funny? It's like I knew as soon as he was talking about raiding Crowder, I knew for a fact. What do you think he's gonna do? What do you think he's gonna tell his chat to do? And here's the thing, I was, before he even talked about it, once I heard he was talking about going to the 9 a.m., because, the only reason I knew that Crowder streamed earlier in the morning is because he talks about it so much on his stream. He's like, man, Crowder before me, they're already talking about the fresh news. We're talking about news at 7 p.m., all right? Our chat's faster than Jair's, which is crazy, actually. This is our second stream. Suck on that, dude. All right, so what is funny, the reason he went to that early time slot, because he's like hoping, just suckling at the teat, just like, Crowder, give me a shout out. Come on. I know, hopefully we'll be able to get Crowder to tell people to watch me before they watch him. That's what he was hoping. Hoping a prayer.
They all support.
Let the folks over at Crowder's chat know that
good point. You're all here before 1K. Channel 44 News is on a rocket ship to the top, people. So if you're here now, strap in.
Should watch my show before his show. We're live at 9 Eastern. So some of them, if they're looking for a show, they can come watch our show before his show.
Sorry, let's do that again. I was reading your guys' funny comments.
From James Bond to Oliver Stone, they all support.
Let the folks over at in Crowder's chat know that they should watch my show before his show.
Yeah, let them know. Guys, go bombard his chat and tell him, hey, there's this great guy, there's this great ghostly man reading news articles very poorly. You should go see him. He's half asleep. If you've got insomnia, we've got the cure.
We're live at 9 Eastern. So some of them, if they're looking for a show,
Yeah.
they can come watch our show before his show.
Oh, poor Jer. Poor Jer. Unlucky. Unlucky. All right, so we have a shorter one here.
And I hope that if you're here...
Well, there also were some... Hold on, before I do that, just so I make sure, because there were some... I was looking a bit at the Hassan stuff. But... Or hold on, let me see here real quick, folks. Give me 1 second. But I think I want to look deeper into it. I think I want to... You know, that might be one I want to do a deeper dive on the Hassan stuff. Let me just tell you, I already know that he is a gigantic piece of shit, so... But I think I want to look more into it before we, do a segment.
You'll drop a like on the video, and 1 like equals 1.
Okay, so yeah, this is from his afternoon stream, the same day. Oh, was this one? But yeah, you notice how many buttons are unbuttoned? Look at that. See how many buttons are unbuttoned?
Troll, sad, tier. Again.
Yeah, one like equals 1 tier from the troll. Just 1 tier? That's it? Just a single tier?
Teammates of America First. You have to be natural born.
Oh, wait, why is this so
low? You have to be
low?
one in Congress. Ilhan Omar, Shiri Thanadir, Pramelia Jai, Floyd celebration.
Oh, that's right. I was actually going to go, hold on. We're going to, for some reason, the video is just coming off really bad for this stream, no matter how many times I downloaded it. So what we were going to actually do is I'm just going to go straight to the live stream, and we're going to, I had to, believe me, there was so much I had to do right before the stream. Imagine doing this much preparation, Jer. All right. Good boy, Baxter. You're doing well, bud. Everybody say hello to Baxter. What the hell? All right. Sorry, we had, like I said, unfortunately, the recording for the Wednesday afternoon show just was not going well, so.
Yeah, make it happen when you stop in. Say hi in chat, especially if you're new. If you're a first-time viewer, it's always nice to... I've been doing this now. I don't think I've missed a stream in over 3 years. I pretty much know all the regulars in chat at this point, so it's good to see you guys here. Let me pop out the chat so I can see it on my actual screen.
Imagine having so few chatters, like real chatters, that you're able to remember them all. Oh, don't worry. I'll show Baxter before the end of the stream. I promise. He is real.
Melanie is Tuesdays and Thursdays. It's too hot and humid to be driving. I guess it's pretty hot out. I haven't been outside yet. I will take the dogs out after the show. And
is
I
Alyssa
assume...
Clips here too? Saw somebody add her. Alyssa, if you're here, hello. How are you doing? Thank you so much for stopping by.
It'll be pretty hot, but we'll have to see.
Big shout out to Alyssa Clips on YouTube.
We'll have to see.
Hey, Alyssa Clips has been a absolutely huge help getting me started on YouTube and everything like that. So if you haven't gone and check out Alyssa Clips, please do.
Well, we'll have to see. It's over 90. Yeah, yesterday was pretty hot. The dogs were on the struggle bus.
Struggle bus.
Definitely. But
okay.
I agree with that. When directly asked about whether for off in on things like H-1B visas and things of that nature,
Oh, so
Like,
this
he can
is
go away.
Just a funny little clip.
He
of
can
him
get
not
out of
being
office.
able
I don't
to
want him making laws
pronounce
for this land. Period. End of story. Not gonna happen. No new foreigners in Congress. No, not gonna do it. Not gonna happen. This would
Sir, are you
probably
okay?
resonate with about 90% of Americans if you ask them in private. But at the voting polls, it would probably still resonate with 60, 70% of them. You know, when they go behind that curtain and they can say, you know, hey, this is how I really feel. Again, a Nancy Mace America first. You have to be a natural born citizen to be president. You should have to be one in Congress. Ilhan Omar, you know, Shiri Thanadir, Pramelia Jai. I want to be able to pronounce the people. I want to be able to pronounce their last names who are.
Let's be honest. If we had to restrict our, you know, congressional nominees to names that that Jer could correctly pronounce, we would. I mean, we just wouldn't have Congress. We would not have a single congresswoman or congressman. It would just be an empty building.
Running in government. And obviously we remember
Was it an old Dana Carvey impression?
Vance saying this about her immigration fraud question.
You previously mentioned that Ilhan Omar seemed to have committed immigration.
Are you guys ready? Are you guys ready? Are you guys ready for this? I don't think you're ready for this. Get ready to laugh your absolute asses off.
Fraud.
It certainly. Go ahead. Fraud that existed under the Biden administration was just complete anything legitimate background. So
now, more bad news for fans of dance. Here's Tim
Extremely
Walz
bad news
dancing
for
it up at a
fans of
George
dance.
Floyd celebration instead of celebrating Memorial Day. Let him go.
Here we go. Get him, Jer.
No, it is bad.
It is.
It's bad. He's trying to be Trump with that dance. I'm not.
We got to replay that.
Anything
This
legitimate
has been
or
living
anything-
in my head nonstop. Hold on. Let me professional broadcast here, folks. Hold on.
good in their background. So
Now, more bad news for fans of dance. Here's Tim Walz dancing it up at a George Floyd celebration.
This dance
instead of
has lived in my
celebrating
head nonstop since I
Memorial
saw
Day.
it.
Let him go.
Not bad for an old white guy.
So
No, it is bad.
Hotep, follow Hotep on Twitter if you haven't already. But Hotep posted this. I swear to you, I thought this was AI. I thought this was absolutely AI. And so I went through the stream to, like, I was sitting here scouring the stream. I'm like, please be real. Please be real. And it was real. I could not believe it.
It's bad. He's trying to be Trump with that dance. I'm not sure what this.
I don't think he was trying to be Trump. I think he's just.
I'm not really
being a
sure
buffoon.
what that dance
That's an
is.
actual buffoon, by the way. Tim Walz is an actual tampon Tim. He is an actual buffoon.
But that's where he spent Memorial Day. Tim Walz, you know, the guy who thought it was more important to
What else we got here?
The men were
to state government to both detect fraud and hold those
Oh yeah, we got a
accountable
Rumble
after
crash
it
out
happens.
coming in.
No, you didn't. Monop. I'm hoping that that's not the case. By the way, remember, if you're tuned in now, I am live Monday through Fridays at 9 a.m. Eastern. That time is
How's the hair
most
looking?
likely going to stay permanent. The extra afternoon streams I will do as long as I can, but remember, 9 Eastern.
9 Eastern for fresh news, folks.
You know, I'm loving that morning time slot, but you know,
And remember, we just watched the morning stream where he had like a half-hour segment on Domino's. And it wasn't like Domino's was, you know, there's a hostile takeover or something like huge scam. No, it was like it was just a customer ate their pizza and tried to get a refund.
No, I don't know.
Crazy.
We'll see how that grows. We'll see how many people we can move from the afternoon time slot to the morning one. I may end up cursed to do two forever.
Hotep on Twitter. Bad banner. Is it his hat? His at is actually like bad_banner.
Which is fine.
He tweets a lot of good stuff.
What else do I have going on? What else do I have going on here? Next topic.
Yeah, I'm bad at doing the whole like shout out thing. I gotta get better at that, whatever. But yeah, follow all the stuff. I got like Twitter and all that stuff.
Do I not stream on Quartering Live YouTube anymore? Nope. I'm going to stay exclusive to Rumble.
Find me if they find me.
Rumble has
entertaining enough.
Stood steadfast by me through thick and thin, especially recently in thick.
Hold on. Strap on in.
Do I not stream on Quartering Live YouTube anymore? Nope. I'm going to stay exclusive to Rumble.
Interesting.
Rumble has stood steadfast by me through thick and thin, especially recently in thick. And
have they? So, and that's interesting because they definitely didn't re-sign your deal if they stuck by you. And I have a pretty good theory about why he's not streaming to YouTube anymore. And because notice like the only ads he really does anymore, I think besides the Cocoa ad, was actually a quartering ad that he was able to sell. Because I noticed that he had a code quartering on the scam of the Cocoa. His only ad that he was able, that is crazy. The only like actual quartering like ad he can get, sponsorship he can get, is for an absolute scam of Cocoa, in my opinion. But anyways, I think it's because he can't get any real sponsorships on his YouTube anymore. And so he's having to scrape the bottom of the barrel Rumble, advertisements and sponsorships that's available on the Rumble dashboard. And I'm guessing you get better deals or more opportunities if you only stream to Rumble. And so that's why he's decided to go full on to Rumble, because his YouTube sponsorships are gone. And so he, the only sponsorships he can get now are the Rumble ones, and that's why he's going entirely on Rumble. That's my theory, at least. When you talked about them sticking with him through thick and thin, no, they didn't renew your deal. I mean, they didn't deplatform you, I guess. No, which they shouldn't. I'm not, I'm definitely not pro deplatforming, right? I don't think they definitely shouldn't, right? But it's like, when you mean that they stuck with you, is that what you mean?
And I'm gonna stay.
Yeah, front page. Absent from the. You know what? He hangs onto the front page. His afternoon streams. They do hang on to but the thing, remember he said the deal's up in June. So I'm actually I am very interested to see what happens June 1st. Because he said the deal's up in June. Now, I don't know if he meant like it actually ends at the end of May or June's the last month. But you notice how all this timing where remember, so recently he finally said, I've been waiting to announce the new morning time slot, and now he said he's finally going to announce it. Realize how it all lines up with the beginning of June, when which happens to line up with when his contract ends.
Exclusive to Rumble, as long as for the foreseeable future. I'm going to make like a more formal announcement of that, because I know there are people on the other channels that are kind of wondering where the live streams went, but
nobody's wondering where your live streams went.
Yeah, I'm going to stay exclusive to Rumble. Rumble has.
I would be willing to bet somebody go through his comments on his YouTube. Please tell me if anybody's asking for his. Where are the live streams, Jer?
Stood by me, has supported me. I think Rumble Studio is an incredible tool for people to use.
On Rumble. That's a good point too. They seem like just be built in.
Someone asked, why do you still censor yourself? I answer this question tomorrow, or I answered this question this morning.
Yeah. Oh no, dude. He answered it tomorrow
morning. I try to run a family-friendly show. People watch my show with their kids in the room. I just don't like, I don't like to make people feel like they have to have their mute button handy or whatever the case may be. And that's just how I run my show. Just because I'm on Rumble doesn't mean I'm going to be dropping F-bombs and all this stuff. I also think that...
Then update your website. Like the hard-hitting takes, zero filter. Like, dude, you're just... And plus, this is an absolute fantasy. I would be surprised. Maybe this happens to one person whose kid is in the room.
You know, I'm not against swearing. I swear in real life. But when you're putting out a product, like, I just think it's better to not, you know, to keep it...
Here's the thing. I would actually somewhat agree with him if he was putting out a good product. You know what I mean? If he was actually putting out, like... you know what he really needs to do? I wish I brought this up earlier, too. Nerdrotic being the level-headed version of Jared because it's his lane. Yeah, he has a passion for comics and movies. Yeah, you can tell he's very passionate. Well, I heard he also he used to own a comic shop, right? Yeah.
Family friendly. I don't think kids watch my show, obviously, but kids are in the room. People want to listen to my show while at work. You know, this kind of stuff. I don't want to.
Oh yeah, sorry, I remember now. What he seriously needs to do, if you by some stretch of the imagination somehow find this stream or this clip quartering, seriously, I'm not kidding. Sit down, watch a single episode of your stream. Just watch one episode and just imagine yourself in the POV of the consumer. Say you're a brand new audience member. You just found this guy, and be honest with yourself, man. Do you seriously think anybody would find you entertaining? Seriously. Just honestly critique yourself, which you should do this anyway. You should watch your streams back and say, what could I be doing better? Oh, I should have gotten to this point quicker. I should have gotten to this segment quicker or anything like that, right? But it's just like, seriously, just realistically look at your product and what you're putting out there into the world, and you will see what we are talking about, and you will see why your YouTube is failing. Well, all of your YouTubes are failing, right? It's seriously it.
Have you know?
It's just that is plain honesty, right? It's not me like trying to like slight you or anything like that, right? I'm being 100% honest, man. Just watch one single episode of your stream from the point of view of a customer and be like, dang, this is terrible. Like I'm barely reading stuff. All I'm doing is regurgitating the work of others. I'm bringing nothing original to the table. I'm doing it very poorly. It's just, it's like, come on, man.
Something uncomfortable. I'm shading the show to try to be a little bit more professional. You probably noticed over the past couple
consciousness just to turn off Jared's stream. Very well said.
Weeks. This is only barely phase 1, you know, so we've got a lot of stuff to do. My brand has always been essentially to be family friendly for the most part, and so you know maybe the topics aren't always family friendly, but you know, I try to use my words.
You know, Varsity Boy, you're saying you were subbed to him too, and I saw Kino and them say, and this is a very good theory, that he doesn't really actually have like a huge like actual audience of fans that follow him, because I watched a lot of I shouldn't say a lot of the quartering, but I do remember watching his videos years ago. But it was more of just like, it was like a topic that I was interested in, and I saw that he had a popular video about like, you know, some sort of like woke thing or some like news topic or video game craziness going on or whatever. But I never felt the need to actually subscribe and stay, you know what I mean? And actually like stick around. And eventually, and I mean, and that's great to get eyes on you, but eventually you have to give people reasons to stick around. You know, you have to have luscious locks. You have to have luscious hair, a finely pressed suit, you know?
If I subpoena about ticket prices, maybe tomorrow morning I can. That's unfortunate because my employer throttles Rumble. Yikes, that sucks. All right.
Oh, well, good.
One of the most concerning, most controversial things that Walmart and other retailers have been trying.
Yeah. Another thing that I've noticed in these two is because, dude, he does this insane Walmart segment. So Walmart and them, they started doing these digital price tags, right? And he's just got this crazy tinfoil hat that they're basically just using these digital price tags so that way they can trick you. They can basically say it's like, oh, it's on sale for $5, and then you get to the cash register and it's like 50 or whatever, right? And it's just like, it's like, I kind of get like, I don't know. It's just like, they have a return policy, and people would just easily return that. Would return stuff,
no,
right?
I don't know that.
If they tried to do that,
when I shop,
people would just return it, or they just wouldn't buy it when they see it ring up on the screen. But I think he knows that, like, he's just, only talking to boomers or whatever, because, like, who's actually... But he brings up this story of this girl, and she breaks down in tears because there's, like, a mix-up with a QR code with some shoes that she's trying to buy. And it wasn't even like... It just seemed like a QR mix-up or whatever. Like, Walmart did seem to be in the wrong, but she was like breaking down about it. But anyways,
for my family in person,
he
takes a very long time.
This segment,
there's 5 of us.
I'm not kidding
something
you.
Different from
it goes on
to
for
food.
like
I'm
half
all over the
an
store.
hour
I'm there
minimum.
for a long time.
Here, yet another video that's going viral showing Walmart digital price tags changing in the middle of the day during peak customer hours, which Walmart claims are simply, quote, standard price changes. I mean, people are going to have to take pictures of everything that they buy. Here's the picture. I don't know if we can make it out. So it's it's on clearance for $5 from $12.90.
Go back to the beginning of this because he has
leave a like on the video.
He has the craziest theory about
right
this.
now.
Hold on.
If you don't believe in coincidences, this is exactly the way that Uber is. There's a traffic jam. There's a drop of rain. They raise the prices. They do. Walmart's going to say it was just a coincidence. Leave a like on the video right now. Like pricing. I have something for everybody, basically every day. So let's start with this.
This is why it stinks that the video that I cut together, unfortunately, was like really low quality. I don't know what was going on with it. It was acting finicky, but
Walmart shopper.
Because usually I would have like
she scored
the exact
$3
clip
shoes,
ready to go.
Then paid 6 times as much at the.
But he has this theory that they're using. I'm not kidding you. He has this theory that they're using like face scanners and like license plate scanners and like the in-store cameras to gauge customers so they can change price tags like that on people. It was the most insane like theory.
Checkout due to dynamic pricing. A shopper at Walmart thought she was buying $3 shoes until dynamic pricing increased the price by more than 6 times by the way that Uber is, whether it's Meijer or groceries. They'd outgrown theirs, but everything is so video.
It's okay. Boycott Walmart.
Okay,
Don't
maybe it's
go to
later or
Walmart.
something, but
Very good.
yeah, I'm sorry, guys. Usually,
as a mother, as a caregiver, as a parent, and I don't look at this and think she's being dramatic or that she's being, I think that she's probably genuinely upset.
Life is hard, and I asked.
It's weird the amount of like leeway he likes to give some people.
What if the price?
Yeah, it was like some shoes that they said that they were on sale for a few bucks, but they were normally like $18. It basically just seemed like there was like a QR mix-up or something like that. That's why I didn't understand why she was breaking down about it so much. But I don't know. Maybe she's probably got a lot going on in her life. I don't know.
What if I pick something up and it's $2 and then the sale ends while I'm shopping and I get up here and it's more expensive?
She was getting it wasn't for her, by the way. It wasn't like she was getting some like crazy shoes for herself. It was like her kids. She was trying to get some shoes for her kids.
That would never happen.
And so she saw like a really good sale on some shoes, and they ended up ringing up for like 18 instead of $3.
Acting like I'm the problem. Listen, if it bothers you that much, just take a picture of everything you're buying, and then when you get to the bits, it says
use license plate readers.
Yeah, here we go.
Sneaker 18
down to $3.
This is now on sale for $3.
This is insane.
This is exactly what I'm talking about. Like the issue is, did they flag her as somebody who can afford to pay more? Did they, use license plate readers? Did they track her face camera Did they use her smartphone to see that she saw it at $18.98? Or was it just a coincidence? Surely it could.
That is some of the, that is something that Alex Jones couldn't have came up with. Okay, he probably could have came up with that. But you know what I'm saying? Like, that is some insane tinfoil hat level type of stuff, right? You know what I mean? Like, what the hell are we talking about?
Just be a coincidence.
License plate readers? What do you think this is, like Blade Runner? What are we?
But now that it's digital, there's no way for her to go back and actually claim that it was $3.
My $3 sneakers. So I'm trying to find those. So I'm gonna stop here and make another video, okay?
But yeah, so that was like the crazy. Okay, like the rest of this is just kind of whatever.
So early in our shopping experience.
But hey guys, I sit through all of this boring nonsense, so you don't have to. Okay, I'm out here making the real sacrifices.
Can't remember 100%.
During peak customer hours.
But I'm telling you though, whenever like Andy and PPP talk about like how rough it is getting through these VODs, they're not joking, man. Like, these things are brutal.
This is happening during peak shopping hours. Showed pictures of that shoe at $3 online. So the guy that went viral, like, picked up 20 pieces of meat, and all of them were way overweight. And again, Walmart just said...
No, he talks about somebody emailing him that he's gay. We'll skip that.
There are other... You might say that specific one wasn't that, but I showed you another example of the price in peak hours going up.
He talks about the
idea that they'll be able to do this, that they won't take advantage of it. Not great.
These are notes from my producer.
Is Walmart responding to this? Probably not.
Oh, here we go.
All right, parents, real talk for a second.
Real talk.
America's about to hit a huge milestone. We're coming up to America's 250th birthday. 250 years of freedom, grit, sacrifice, and the greatest experiment in self-government the world has ever seen.
Can't watch more than 15 minutes.
This is the perfect moment to help your kids.
I was not exaggerating when I'm telling you, I nod off, more than a homeless person on the side of a San Francisco street when I'm watching these. I will sit there, be like editing stuff together, like trying to find clips of his stream, and how much did I miss? And I'll have to like rewind constantly. It's crazy.
To understand why this country matters, not just the fireworks and hot dogs, but the story behind it all. There's a free guide called The Kid's Guide to America's 250th Birthday, and it's honestly a great way to introduce kids to how America began, who the founding father.com. Raise them right. Can I still send money to our greatest ally? Yes, you can. They're not.
Somebody in the chat trolled him. Can I still raise money to our greatest ally? Talking about the Israel ad read.
Not in Rumble Studio today. Otherwise, I'd be telling you about it.
It's not in Rumble Studio today, so they're not paying me to grift you today. So you put it on the screen and I'll read it.
Rumble Studio is a great.
I don't actually care about any of this.
That all streamers should use. Gives you a chance to earn money. I know that a lot of streamers do great with like super chats and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's great. But this is a great way also.
But not me. You know how badly he wanted to say not me right there. I know a lot of streamers do get a lot of super chats, but not me. Aw. Poor Jer. Actually, let's keep on with this.
And also,
this is where I was really thinking about the theory of like that's why he doesn't want to go to YouTube anymore. He's only doing Rumble for these ad reads because he does so many of them.
I should mention the absolute best way you can support the channel is by going to thequartering.com/join. I'm
2 ads in a row. Like Jeremy, watch this back. With this, what is this timestamp? And then this ad read. What is it? 10 minutes of ad or 6? No. It's probably like 6 minutes of nonsense just with 2 ads. That's crazy.
I'm only going to mention it one time on the stream. I'm working on some additional benefits to it related to my coffee company that I'll be able to roll out more. But if you go to the quartering.com
Yeah, that's what people want out of their membership.
.com/join, you get direct access to me. You can message me anytime you want in the members chat room. You talk with all the other members. You can suggest topics for the show.
Talk with all the other
There's
two guys in
contests we do in there. Also, it's like a family. And
it's a very tight-knit family.
It costs about a cup of coffee per month. And it goes miles and miles and miles. It means I have to run less ads. It means I have to...
No, it doesn't. What are you talking about? Please, what? That is the biggest lie. There's like 7 ads in this one alone, but it's just like, really? He actually, in the last part of this stream, because he's just shooting videos in the middle of this, right? And he wants to get the ads in each video. So there ends up just being an insane amount of ads in the live stream. Because he's recording for the videos, right? Please tell me how many memberships until we get one less ad on your streams. In his mind, he's just saying this because it's like, well, yeah, one day if I'm just, got so much money, I'll be... But even then he wouldn't. Even if he had all the money in the world, he'd still be running ads like crazy. Kidding? Exit through the grift shop, please. Yes.
Less stuff. It means that
the grift shop
during
is open
the slow times,
at all
I can
hours.
Keep my staff paid and everything like that. So if you really like the show, especially like the extra effort.
Yeah, if I remember right, there was 3 of just the website in the last half of the... Yeah, here's another one in the last half of the stream. And then, again, look at this. In the last, 20 minutes of this live stream, he had an ad for the memberships for the website. 3 of those just for the website. That's not including also the kids guide ad and whatever else, right? I think may have been only a couple more
from the 2 streams that I'm doing.
Insane.
Please consider going to thequartering.com/join today. Get in the members chat, talk directly to me, talk to other members, and all that kind of stuff. And
at home car wash,
I just think it would be.
Yeah, we heard any more about that?
I would be very thankful if you took the plunge today. I'm gonna promote it in this next segment too. But
hey, like and subscribe.
Really trying to grow that community. Early stream access. I'm working on adding more value here. So doing more. I've always...
How long has he talked? Oh, actually, let him finish this.
Resisted doing members only content because I've been...
What do you mean? Didn't he promise years ago? Didn't he promise there's going to be members only content?
Creating content for over a decade, and I've really never made members only videos. I never really liked doing that.
Why? Because you know why it is? Because then he can't grift the rest of the public on them. And also because he just doesn't get very many memberships. If he had a bunch of paying members, you'd be like, okay, you want to make sure that they get their value. But this is just a donation.
So I have to figure out a way.
There's nothing, these memberships, this is crazy. Yeah, what is this? Hold on. Early stream access? How?
To
what does that mean? This is a scam. Wait, have we looked at this before? Ad-free experience? Have I not looked at these? Really? So I can watch the live streams and not get ads? That seems insane because you actually do them live. Early stream access. How would you get early stream access? It's just live. What? This is just a straight up scam, in my opinion. It really is, though, in my opinion.
Give you guys more value than just
because I don't know if he means something else by this.
But I'm gonna
add mean something else by this
more, and as I add more, existing members will also
time machine
get whatever new benefits get added in. I'm not comfortable installing Discord. I've not heard good things. Well, you can just use the web app. You don't have to install it. You can use your favorite privacy browser.
I don't think they're worried about the Discord app. I think they're just worried about using Discord.
Like Brave, or whatever you like, and just go to it on the web version, so you don't need the app.
I don't think that was what he was talking about, bud.
Once you log in the members area, you can email me directly. So if you don't want to use the chat room, you can email me directly, and you can do that as well. Here from the 9 a.m. Eastern show. We have about 2,000 people watching right now. Really glad you're all here.
We definitely do.
And I hope that you'll start trickling into the morning show because it's completely different topics and it's completely different vibe and feel.
Well, he keeps saying this, but we just saw, again, I'm sorry to repeat myself, but we just had his morning show was comprised of, not being able to pronounce the names of some congresswomen, and then about a Domino's order went awry.
And, it's a lot of fun. And obviously joining the chat too. How many daily emails do you get telling you you're gay? Not from members. I don't get many.
Imagine reading that.
My day is going fine. Thank you for asking. I was here for the morning show. Yes, I saw you, Rooster.
Why read that? All right.
Open the pool today. Couldn't get here for the morning show. Hey, that's all right. And because I'm not using X really anymore, it's also the best place to get, updates on what's going on with the show and, what videos are coming up and all that stuff.
This was shortly. What's crazy is shortly after this, he reactivated his main X account.
Can you confirm I'm not you? X thinks I'm you. Me? You're not me.
I don't know who you're
people think you're like a sock account or something like that.
Oh, here we go.
No,
here we go.
My sock account is just an old Twitter account, and I don't even use it.
Here we go, folks.
Like I just use it to farm stories. People are like, oh my god, we found his.
You can find stories without going on Twitter. And you know what's crazy? It's like he goes on like the stories that he just brings up like articles from like Daily Mail. You don't have to go on Twitter for that. Just go on the damn websites. He does bring up, other than that, he just reads tweets. So I get what he's talking about for that. But how about doing some legwork? How about actually investigating something? How about actually looking into a story and having your own opinions? How about that? It's a crazy idea.
Sock account. Well,
but here's the thing. It's just like, you didn't actually quit Twitter. That's why it seems in your brain that it was actually, it felt great. And why it seems so easy to quit Twitter is because you didn't actually quit it.
You can see I haven't tweeted since 2023.
All of that
I don't
stuff.
use it. I haven't replied since 2023. Like people thinking it's a big expose to see that I have this account. I only use it for Grok and to farm stories. So I'm not really on X. I mean, I'm on there to get data and stuff like that, but the
thing is like, I think that's even worse, right? That's like because there's, like I said, there's like two halves of it, right? There's the half of like, you're ingesting all this toxicity and all this craziness and all this nonsense. And then here's the thing, like, I'm not even saying like it's bad for you, but I'm on it.
All right.
Baxter.
So there's this.
Baxter. All right, hold on. Sorry, he actually pressed my keyboard over. Anyways, right. So it's like half of it is you ingesting all of this, toxic stuff on it. Baxter. All right. But and then the other half is you engaging with it yourself with like posts and whatnot, right? So it's like it's just so you're not even erasing admin. And honestly, I think that's more than half of the equation. I think that is like the ingesting everything is more than half of the equation.
No, but if you quit X, it means you don't go on X.
Because you're just typing nonsense out into the void. I mean, that's, not healthy for you either. But you just, taking in all those nonsenses.
No.
Baxter stickers? We'll get some stickers, folks. Don't worry, we will.
I quit interacting. Okay, I'll clarify it. I quit interacting on X. I quit posting on X. At some point, I'm going to have to reactivate the X so somebody can't take my handle, but I'm still not going to use it. Like, I'll just sit on it.
Yeah. Red herring he constructed to just detract from him is the real problem.
I think this one's pretty interesting.
Whether he's on Twitter and
I'm off a day this week. It's already Wednesday, isn't it? It's already Wednesday.
Wednesday?
Can you verify there's nothing in the reply tab in case people.
Oh, yeah,
I
because
already did.
remember his notifications were full. So he's checking his notifications.
I showed my replies. I don't use it.
And here's the thing. This is only one of the alts we have. He has, like 15 YouTube accounts? He has like 10, he has a crazy, like in YouTube accounts, like that's insane, right? So it's like, you can only imagine how many X accounts he has.
So the people that are A-logging this, you can see. There's nothing in the reply tab.
Click the
2023.
switch account button. I would love to see him click the swap account button. You know
There's
what I mean? Where
nothing
you
in
can like switch to a different account if you have
The
it?
likes tab, 2023. I don't use it. I just use it to use Grok and to grab stories.
Yeah, because you definitely don't have any other alts. Yeah. We went over, first of all, if you missed the start of the stream or the earlier part of the stream, we went over potentially one of them.
X is still like the best way to find out whatever is like the most trending data, whatever the most trending news is. You're going to watch Motor America in Wisconsin this weekend.
All right,
where is it?
Okay. So one more thing. Oh, yeah. Okay. Now, I wanted to save something nice and juicy for the end of our stream here. It kind of comes up to just a crescendo here. Let me find this, though. Basically, we just have an ultimate cope and seethe.
Is it at the when do you think
session
at length and explain that really people just really hate Ben Shapiro and they want to say his channel's falling apart or this, that, or
another
they're denying that. So if you go to thequartering.com/join, you can talk directly to me, other members. I know everyone has subscription fatigue, so there's probably not going to be thousands of people wanting to pay another $5 a month for something, but it does add a lot of value and it adds up and it keeps the show on the air.
What do you mean adds a lot of value? How?
He continues.
Keeps the show on the air.
And I'd love to talk to you. I love meeting you guys and gals. And there's a Bible study group in there. There's a movie group in there. There's fantasy football, fantasy baseball. So if you're involved in all that and you want to hang out with other people,
by the way, I just found this.
I just made it members to kind of keep the riffraff out. And when we were fighting the big bad, which was, wokeness, a lot of people in a specific country, in what was once a large tent pre-election time, he wrote, I doubt there are any during the lockdowns. Podcasts are getting, they're basically ending at historic rates right now. How many podcasts can people listen to when they're not locked down anymore? How much stuff do people have to get mad about 24/7 if their guy's in office? This happens on both sides of the aisle. After every election,
bring your own Bible, yeah.
You see it. The losing team lays people off.
It's a bring your own beer Bible study, yeah.
When Trump won the election, what did CNN, MSNBC, ABC, NBC, all these left-wing media outlets, what did they do? They had massive layoffs. People thought, oh, it's because Trump won. No, that happens every single year, every 4 years post-election. Channels who understand that, like mine.
You know who needs to give them a sponsorship is whoever made that chair. I mean, that's the, best mark of approval you could ever get.
Adjust our overhead, and channels like the Daily Wire clearly adjust your overhead. You survive until the peak comes again.
Interesting.
And once the peak comes again, you staff back up. If we go back to December 2024, the Chronicles wrote this article laying off staff. The Los Angeles Times have gotten so desperate that they're hiring conservative columnists. Considering all of that, you might be surprised to hear that conservative media is also in trouble.
Yeah,
the fact is that people are burnt out on politics.
Here we go.
Not everybody, but
like I said, sorry folks, I know we're having to, usually I'm not having to scour through. Usually I have it really concise, but like I said.
There's a reason
anyways,
you can't just dump out a video anymore that has Trump in the title and get 100,000 views. There are people
that's bad news for JR.
that can do that. Benny Johnson, Tim Pool.
Now, you notice I said, so you can't just pump out a video with Trump's name on it and get 100,000 views. Well, actually, you can't do that if you're Ben Johnson or Ben Shapiro. It's like, hold on, so you just contradicted yourself, which he does consistently. He contradicts himself. within the same sentence. He does it more than anybody I think I've ever seen. But it's also just like, so what's the difference there? You can't, but they can. So it's almost like the people that are actually entertaining can, and the people that actually have an audience can still grift or whatever, right, off those same topics, but you just can't. Hold on, Baxter. We're almost done, buddy.
They can do that. But the number of people that can do that now, myself included, is just not the same. You know, I talked about, you know, there was some kerfuffle in April with my channel, April and May, but the drop-off started in December.
What kerfuffle is he talking about?
Right after the election, January was peak. Then by February, March, down. You know, down, Jer. Oh no, down. The metrics go. April down because people are like, I can only fight so long. I can only fight so much. People get burnt out.
I'm just imagining him pulling up his analytics every day, and he's just staring at a graph, just continuously, just.
That's why I have to do extra different kinds of content. You know, I talked about Walmart today, or I talk about, you know, DoorDash, or I talk about the tick epidemic.
The tick epidemic. He actually did. That was a segment, by the way. Don't worry. I nixed most of that because you didn't have to watch his tick segment.
Because people still want to be entertained, and people still want to hear the news, but they just get burnt
Justice
out.
for flaked, yeah.
The election of Donald Trump opened a release valve, allowing the country to breathe again. With that, Americans are longing to going back to focusing on art, culture, music, and their personal lives. The sort of things that actually make them happy. Because most of conservative media never took the time to build up a bench of good writers who could cover culture. They have to rely on political outrage as a vehicle of cultural opinion. Thus, they find themselves in the position of the proverbial crack dealer whose corner has now been converted into a Starbucks. As usual, conservatives didn't prepare for the future. Or to put it another way, they didn't prepare for life after victory. During all the years they were...
I mean, that's just the way it goes. Once you win, okay, our guy got in. There's only so much we can write. I mean, that's just how it goes. That's why it's like, you know, that's why they were feasting, the Republicans were feasting, or the right-wing, you know, media was feasting whenever Joe Biden was in office, because they could just, you know, bash Biden. The Republicans could just bash Biden. And now that Trump's in, you know, he's going to be feasting all the anti-Trump guys, all the anti-Trump people.
Political wilderness. You could have been in a building alternate to the New York Times.
No, whoever wrote this article wrote this. Grok didn't write this one, it didn't seem like. Whoever wrote this article did.
Instead, platform media, quote, personalities and influencers watching grown men epically own college sophomores was fun for a while, but Ben Shapiro is not Norman Mailer. The gig is up. Now, again, people seem to like target Ben, but this is industry wide. Now, I'd show you channels, but I can't because people get their feelings hurt.
Oh, I can show you channels, but you know, people get their feelings hurt. No, that's not what it was. It wasn't that people that got feelings hurt because you showed their analytics. That's crazy. Obviously, he's referring to the D-Day Cobra and Geeks and Gamers stuff, right? It's like, no, you were sliding them, and you were removing all of the context from them. You were basically saying, it's like, oh man, look, these guys are, it was like in D-Day Cobra and Geeks and Gamers specifically, right? He was showing that their like their video views were going down. And, you know, it was just a big cope sesh for why all of his analytics are going down. But what he refused to put in that, or, you know, didn't end up putting in that, is that, well, Geeks and Gamers, they do live streams. They get all the revenue from other sources now. They stopped posting YouTube videos. So obviously his views are going to go down if he's not posting videos. Yours are just going down because nobody's watching your videos. And then you slighted them, acting like you didn't, and that's why they were just, you know. And it's not like he was like getting a hissy fit about it, right? He just thought it was a pretty crap thing to do, which it was.
He's right, but the upshot here is that the fight isn't over. People have to adapt. People have to change the kind of stuff they're covering because, unlike CNN and Fox...
I'm also playing it a little bit safe because this is our first YouTube stream, by the way, folks, so I'm trying to play it a little safe.
Snooze. for the most part. People tune in to content creators for personalities. You know, there are a certain percentage of my viewers, let's say 30%, who will watch almost any video I upload. It's the casual viewers who get sucked in by like rage bait or breaking news.
The casual viewers that get sucked in by rage baiting. Who's that remind you of? Huh.
They're the ones that are kind of checking out. And
those are the... It's like he's outlining the reason he's failing right before our eyes. Your entire audience were just casual viewers that you were rage baiting into clicking on your video, and now they're tuning out. They're watching more entertaining people. They're watching Channel 404 News. So all of a sudden, your analytics are in the toilet, where you apparently like to be for some reason. But it is just crazy that he's just outlining this, you know, his failure and why it's going down the drain, while like trying to say it's just insane.
Tim is 100% right about that. The Daily Wire is not going to close. I know a lot of people want it to close, but they've retracted. They stopped their movie stuff. You know, they cut Jeremy Boring, their CEO. And by the way, it's not just the Daily Wire. I've made cuts. I'm sure Tim has made cuts. I'm sure Benny Johnson has had to make cuts. I'm sure basically everybody has. It just doesn't make national news when, you know, the quartering goes from 2 editors down to 1. Or, you know,
here's the thing. I think he's telling the truth about that, but I think it's because I think it's kind of like a live by omission or something like that. I think it's like there is one editor, but the editor's name is Jeremy Jambly. So it's like there was 2 editors. It was him plus whoever he was paying as an editor, but now they're down to 1, himself. There's no editor, man. It's just him. That or you need to get your money back. It's literally one of those 2 things. You either, I mean, I don't want if somehow there's actually is a guy out there getting paid. Hey, good to you, man. You're getting paid for that's crazy. But it's just like there's either no editor or you need to find a better one, because that's crazy. Hey, if you pay me $500 an episode like you pay Melanie Mac, I'll edit your stuff. People seem to like my edits of you, Jer. I'm just saying.
As a 3 meme guys and goes down to no meme guys because, you know, the golden era is over.
3 meme guys?
I always
The golden era is over. It's over, folks.
This time would come, which is why I've been wearing,
from the mouth of Jeremy Hambley himself,
wearing the same 10 shirts for 5 years.
First of all, you've been wearing like the same 3 shirts. Like literally, he has the black one, this one, and the white one. That's it. Oh, and then I guess he has those 2 hoodies. He has like a yellow hoodie and a brown hoodie. It's crazy that I know this, but
I tried to.
But honestly, the only reason I know this is because he literally only wears like 3 different outfits. You know, when I'm trying to look for like, you know, variety of different like looks and clips for like the videos, all of his stuff, I'm like pulling all these different clips from different days and everything, and they're all just the same outfit. I'm just like, these all look like they're from the same day. Anyways, but yeah, it's just crazy.
Spend money wisely on things that would be worth.
Yeah, hey, F's in chat for the golden era. F's in chat for Jeremy Hambley's YouTube channel.
Money, and I paid cash for things I bought because I always knew there would be a lull, and this lull will continue probably up until the midterms. And then after the midterms, it will continue again for another year. And then the 2028 election will happen and the whole circus will spin back up. It's the people.
It's over, buddy. Obviously, you're going to get a little bit of a jump, but it's over. You know, they're just going to go to the more entertaining people
who adapt and survive.
Oh, this
they're
is
the people
crazy.
that will be there. And then after.
Literally open your ear holes. This is Baxter. Hold on, buddy. All right, sorry. Open your ear holes and get ready for some crazy. Like just get ready. It's wild.
The midterms, it will continue again for another year, and then the 2028 election will happen, and the whole circus will spin back up. It's the people who adapt and survive. They're the people that will be there when the tide rises again.
True.
The people that continually like bash their head into the wall and put out the exact same content forever and ever over the next 4 years will not be in a position to capitalize on it. So Tim Pool is right.
Say this in the mirror. Literally say this in the damn mirror. That is you. That is literally you.
And, I thought this was a good topic just to break it down. And by the way, thanks everyone who has become a member.
Another membership ad. Another membership ad. Yeah, then he sees about
if you're
Tim
considering
Pool
it,
some more.
just go to thequartering.com/join.
You notice how he said something positive about Tim? You notice how like the day after, shoot, I'll have to bring this up on another stream or something like that. But remember people were talking about Tim Pool had talked about the quartering situation, and he actually just acted very nonchalant about it. He's like, oh, we're changing the world over here at Timcast. We got, Becky Frolumptuous on the Hill or whatever. It's just like, dude, you're a 40-year-old man in a flannel and a beanie. Calm the fuck down. But, but basically he just like refused to talk about the quartering thing. Right. And, you notice the day after that, somebody in his chat had actually brought up some, like, basically trying to slight Tim Pool, which he always jumps at the chance to slight Tim Pool, right? But it was something like, he said something along the lines of like, oh, Tim's been, just saying nonsense lately or something like that. And he's just like, hey, buddy. Oh, so he basically tries to make a slight at Tim Pool, and then, Jeremy's like, I don't know. I think Tim's been doing all right. And it was the day after Tim decided not to, refuse to talk about the quartering situation. I thought that was very interesting that he just loves to chirp, little chip at Tim Pool every single, whenever he gets a chance. But whenever Tim doesn't talk about the quartering drama, all of a sudden he's like, can't, sing his praises enough.
We talk about lots of stuff there that
he's desperate to be Tim Pool.
Just isn't politics. And it's a lot of fun. It's a place to chill
and
play
he's
video games
like
with people,
sweeping for the quartering.
share your hobbies with people. And I'll be working on adding more value there too. So I hope you enjoyed this video.
He's been working on adding more value to his memberships. I mean, ever since I've even became really aware of this guy.
If you did, make sure you leave a like on it. If you haven't yet, subscribe or follow down below, and we'll talk to you again real soon. There's a lot of people that think, quote unquote, it's over or whatever.
You just said it's over. You mean you? You literally just said it's over.
But it's not. It's just an ebb and flow. So you retract during the slow periods. People say like, oh, look at Jeremy's not getting the views he was 2 years ago. Yeah, well, people don't give a shit about Brie Larson like they used to. This is the way that the ebbs and flows of media go. And when you've been around as long as I have, that things can't stay going up forever.
Oh, really?
Unless it's the stock market, I guess. Things can't just keep going up forever. So you do things that diversify. I have a coffee company that sales have consistently gone up every month. Sales have consistently gone up with my coffee company every month in spite of viewership going down.
Who believes this? Who believes this? Nobody believes you, man. Nobody. Didn't he say, how he is? He hasn't talked about, he kept talking about like he's going to be in Walmart by the end of the year. He has not brought it up again since. He's having to change his, what's crazy is, so he was already changing his package. He just recently changed his packaging because he said he was trying to get on Walmart, which I think what he meant by that, he's trying to get on Walmart Marketplace. He's not actually, there's no way he gets into Walmart stores. There's no way, dude. No way. If he does, he'll get eaten alive. But anyway, I just feel like
produce a good product. And I decided not to produce Donald Trump coffee or Epic Own the Liberals coffee.
You should have.
So people can either adapt or they can perish. It's a lot of
right next to the pink sauce.
The reason that people covered, you know, Johnny Depp forever and then nothing ever again, their channels died, it's because not everything's forever. And when you...
Oh, yeah, sorry. I lost my... I'm going full senile here. But so he recently had to change... He recently changed his packaging. He said he changed it so they would stick out. I remember this seeing on a stream of his weeks ago. They changed the packaging because he wanted them to be able to stand out in case they did end up getting into Walmart, right? They were really trying to get into Walmart. But then the Luther Morgan video comes out. If you don't know Luther Morgan, go subscribe to him and Misty Mochi, who they've been covering this whole Coffee Baron Coffee situation. And they basically brought it to his attention that, hey, you're supposed to put your, you know, was it the address to your facility on there? It's a food. And you're supposed to, if it's like, you know, if it's just coffee, it's fine. But if you like add flavoring and stuff like that, you're supposed to actually disclose that on the labeling, right? And that's the thing. It's like when you get into like owning a company, that's why a lot of people don't want to deal with the hassle, because that information has to be public. You're dealing with, you know, the public health and everything like that, right? You can't just, but it's like, and honestly, like I get why some YouTubers would be afraid of that, because we don't want fans showing up at our facility and causing issues. But it's like, that's why a lot of people don't want the trouble of that, because you do have to put that information out into the public.
Do what I do. You
can't just hide behind, I'm a YouTuber, so I can't put my, you know, I can't follow health regulations.
Luckiest job on the planet, except maybe, I don't know, the suntan lotion boy at the bikini girls volleyball tournaments.
What are you doing, bud? You
have to treat it with a sense of humbleness. And
wait, hold on. What was this?
On the planet, except maybe, I don't know, the suntan lotion boy at the bikini girls volleyball tournaments.
What?
You have to treat it with a sense.
That's right. He's talking about
of humbleness.
Hold on.
It's the luck can perish. It's a lot of you know, the reason that people covered, you know, Johnny Depp forever and then nothing ever again, their channels died, is because not everything's forever. And when you do what I do, it's the luckiest job on the planet, except maybe, I don't know, the suntan lotion boy at the bikini girls volleyball tournaments.
He's a creep. Like, if only I could be the suntan lotion boy at the girls volleyball tournaments, but I'm definitely not a creep to women. I don't know. Here's the thing. That could be seen as a joke by the right people, to be honest, right? But when you have a video of you creeping on women drunkenly at a Ren fair, that so you know, so creepily that it led to you being banned from any Ren fair, not only in the tri-state area but in the nation. I'm pretty sure it was in the nation, right? but anyways, that's who can't make that joke. Right? That's who can't. Yeah, even he face-palmed himself. Good point there, Drudgeonator. Yeah, even he face-palmed himself. He's like,
you have to treat it with a sense.
He's like, man, am I thirsty?
Sense of humbleness. And things are never forever. And so you plan. And that's what I've been doing. And I'm sure that's what other people are doing. But yeah, by the way, you can check out our full coffee lineup, which ships free overnight.
So he talks about, man, maybe I accidentally skipped over this. But he basically talked about you have to plan for the future and you have to, you know, spend responsibly and cut back. It's like it was wild.
The United States, Jams Down Prime members at coffeebrandcoffee.com.
Yeah, coffeebrandcoffee.com.
Gingerbread K-Cups are 50% off. Our spiked jack-o'-lantern is 50% off. There's only a little bit left of that. If you like it, remember you can freeze it. So spiked jack-o'-lantern, gingerbread K-Cups, both 50% off. So you can, if you want to try it, try that. Pick up some other stuff. CBCAmazon.com. We'll be back tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern, with a whole slew of new topics.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Holy... I mean, I don't know, folks. I mean, this guy. Oh, wait, can I bring... I'll bring the dancing back up in a minute. But I'll bring it up next. Hold on. Or next stream. Sorry. There we go. Got it right there for you. Holy shit! I am so sorry for. Wait, what the fuck? Oh my god, my bad. Sorry. Holy shit. Yep. All right, sorry. I wanted to mute. Sorry, the music was in a bad audio. Anyways, sorry about that, guys. Yeah, it was so you guys could enjoy the bull dance without listening to me blabber over it. All right, but for everybody's eardrums I just blew out, I apologize. But hopefully they're fixed by the time we have our next show. Absolutely felt it. But I really thought about not doing. I really wanted to do a YouTube stream, but once I saw that Deorio had gotten flagged down his live stream, dude, I'm still like a nobody. I'm still just a small fry nobody, man. So it's just like if Deorio's sitting here getting stuff taken down, I could easily just get tossed to the bin. And I'm having fun. So I really hope now. We'll see what happens. But, I was thinking about it. I was like, I really thought about like just streaming to Kick. But I'm like, screw this guy, man. Screw this guy. Do it, man. Because that's ridiculous. Taking people down for making fun of things that you put out into the internet. He talks over and over about like, yeah, I'm an honest guy and I just talk about myself. Then don't be surprised when people make fun of you about it. That's if I were to divulge personal information about myself, I can't cry about it when people make fun of me. The vicious lies. Dude, that's what people meme about stuff and make fun of stuff. Anyways. So if we get taken down, then oh well. But yeah, I just thought like, dude, we're not gonna let this poo pants grifter decide where we stream or not, man. Screw him. Anyways, thank you so much for joining me here tonight. Thank you so much for joining our broadcast here at Channel 44 News with Don Flurgandy. I really hope everybody enjoyed their stay. I really hope everybody enjoyed the program. And we'll be doing more videos. We'll be doing more live streams. And yeah, I hope you guys are having as much fun as I'm having, because I'm just having a blast. So, hey. Oh, hold on. I've promised to show you Baxter. Hold on. Let me, Baxter, come here, bud. Come here. Oh, there you are. Hello. Hello, Baxter. Hello. There you are. There you are, Baba. Look at him. Say hello. Okay. Hello. Hello. There you go, bud. All right. There we go. All right. Thank you so much for joining me, folks. I appreciate you. My name is Don Flurgandy. This is Channel 404 News.